Yeah, baby, Saturday night. The mood is right. Shit's about to get lit up, and I'm not just talking about cigars. Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast, and as always, bringing the heat. My boy, my man,
Jim from the Fan in the Van podcast. Let's fucking bring that heat, baby. Let's fucking bring it.
always locked and loaded, right, Jim? And man, brother, big day, big week. As you know, sports fans, whether you like the teams that went all out this week, because we have a lot of stuff, and I'm not talking about football, bro. We're talking about MLB taking some of the spotlight, and we got to dive into all that stuff, right? We have a lot, and I know you listen. You're the Yankee expert, right? Because you're still there in New York and you follow them a lot closer than I do. You know, so we're gonna get your insight on the Yankee trades. We're gonna talk Ohtani. We're gonna still hit some NFL, right? I got some MVP, brother. I got some MVP picks. My top 5 or 5, 6 guys that I think are in the running. This year is a weird year. I want to get your reaction on it, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got to give our takes back and forth. Douchebag of the week. It's gonna be loaded. Dumbass of the week. It's gonna be loaded. And we tried this last week where we watch some videos and we react to them, you know, and stuff like that on the internet. So I decided to name that segment. So now we got a segment where we got to do stupid shit like that. It's called Down the Rabbit Hole, all right, where we got to probably go hit 5 or 6 of these short videos and give our reactions because it's some funny shit, man. That's what we do, bro. We all about quality. We all about variety. Hey, man, that's how we get down here in Cigars and Sports, man.
And if you don't like it, we don't give a fuck.
There you go. Kiss my nuts, bro. OG Rondo. I'm sorry. That's it.
I mean, if you want me to,
hey,
everybody a little, why we're taking a dig at that guy real quick.
Yeah, give him a small dissertation.
All right,
boy, real quick.
All right.
But before that, hold on a second. What are you smoking though? Let's do that. What we light up. While you like,
I got 2 choices here, and they're already cut. But they're both Ferry-Otago cigars.
Okay.
So
can go wrong.
Can never go wrong with Ferry-Otago, which, by the way, the South Shore Cigar Christmas party is this Thursday.
Woo!
Michael Herkulotz from Ferry-Otago will be there, so I finally get to meet him in person. You know, who knows? Maybe maybe discuss a little sun. Who knows?
Hey, man, you know, it's not Bud Light. Okay.
If it, fucking Bud Light, fucking camel piss. So I could have went either way, but I decided for this one because it's elegant and it's also a smooth smoke. The Ferry-Otago Alenciaga, right there. It's a little thin for my liking, but it's a smooth smoke. Again, Ferry-Otago, you can't go wrong. If you're a serious cigar smoker, it needs to be in your top 5 rotation. You have to smoke at least 3 of these a week. Every one they make, even the timeless line they have, is fucking phenomenal. It is like smoking heaven.
Hey, buddy, you gotta hit some skinnies every once in a while between these fatties. All right, you got everybody. You gotta spread the love, baby.
It's like buds. Yeah. For every fat one you bang to take one for the team, you gotta have a skinny. You know, jump the grenade once in a while. Sometimes you don't want to jump the grenade. It is. I love how Jersey Shore references get made on every show I'm fucking on. I love it.
So, that's one thing we got to do real quick. We got to talk about Jersey Shore, one of these wet smoking stuff, because I'm also a fan. Believe it or not, it's my guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So, my wife, who's like the smartest woman I've ever known, dude. When she started watching me, and I said, "What the fuck, dude? Are you actually like?" She was like, "Yeah, you know, it gets my chromosomes a fucking break." You know what I mean? It's like, and it is. So give a little break about our boy, Mr. OG Rondo. Just something short, because we're gonna probably throw digs at him because there's a lot of things direct at his stupidity.
So pretty much, he doesn't like our take on Taylor Swift. That we called her a fucking bitch. First off, I'm not saying she's a fucking bitch. It just comes out in general when I talk. You know, like this fucking bitch, like this fucking bullshit, whatever it is, right?
We're not calling women bitches, all right? That's what this asshole needs to know that, right?
So here's the thing that if you went and listened to any other episode, the whole Taylor Swift thing isn't about her in general. You got to look at this like it's a war situation. There's always casualties. She's the casualty of it. It's a war against the people that don't like what the NFL's doing with Taylor Swift. I don't think Taylor Swift really likes it either because Travis Kelce sure as hell doesn't. But then he goes on to say, calling our character into questions as far as parents. First off, do you let your kids listen to any of your shows?
Absolutely. No, I don't know. My daughter, I don't even in front of my daughter, dude.
They're probably not even interested in
No,
your shows. Just like
no.
mine wants nothing to do with it. I've even asked her to come on just to see what she says. She's like, I don't know nothing about sports, Dad, and I don't want to be no part of it. She goes, I don't want to listen. I already got to hear you enough at home. I don't want to freaking hear you, talking sports. You talk it enough. I'm getting tired of it. I don't let my kid listen to me. I don't talk like that in front of my kid. I try to, even though she's 16 now, she's heard a
Yeah.
lot worse her whole life. I mean, when she was a little kid, 1, 2 years old, she'd sit on the couch next to me and watch The Sopranos. She didn't have a clue what was going on. It's not like I had to cover her eyes or anything. She ain't running around like me saying, fuck this, fuck that. So the OG Rondo, don't ever question my character because, son,
Yep.
you don't know me. And you got to know a little bit of me if you read the response back, you male Karen motherfucking bitch. You're a fucking bitch. That's what you are. You're a fucking bitch. Anytime you want to come on here, you and me could hash it out. We could debate whatever you want. I really don't care. But if you are watching from your basement, tell mommy put the Swanson's TV dinner in at 4:25 for that perfect cookness, okay? And sit there and enjoy. And make sure your mommy's got her little earmuffs on because I'll be dropping more F-bombs than I ever have, you fucking douchebag.
It's funny. There's some people, like I said, they're keyboard warriors, and again, don't question me either, dude. You don't fucking know me. You have no
That's the
clue what I.
problem.
You have no
That's
clue what I've done in my life, brother. You have no clue what I've accomplished. All right. First and foremost, I don't know you from a hole in the wall, but I'll guarantee you that I've probably done a lot more productive shit in my lifetime, probably in 10 years of my lifetime, that you've accomplished in your whole existence. So anyway, let's not give this guy any more freaking popularity here. But you know what? Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Make sure when next time you bust a nut in your hand, use a sock. Anyway.
yeah, fucking that's your grandma's bloomers, you fucking freak.
Yeah. So I actually look. Listen, dude. Let me. I didn't have time. I just picked something from my humidor, and it's one of the sampler ones. I didn't have time to even look it up because I never. It's a Torano Dominico, which I've never smoked in my life. So I didn't have time to even research it. It's not even my blend. So far, it's not the best. It's not bad either, but it's not the best. Like I was telling Jim, Wednesday, man, we decided to take my daughter on impromptu little vacation, man, because she's been done real good in school. Just me, my daughter, and my wife. The 6-year-old stayed home because he's not a big roller coaster guy. We went to Universal Studios. For anybody that's in New York, lives in New York, Universal Studios, like right next to Disney. Roller coasters, the Harry Potter world, all that shit, man. And I mean, I'm terrified of roller coasters. I don't do roller coasters, dude. I'm a pussy when it comes to that, dude. It's all up here. But my daughter is into them now, and I have to ride like the Hawk and the Rib Rock. I'm like, dude, your boy was in there, ham. I mean, it's like it was insane, but I didn't have time to like research, get a cigar. I mean, we just got back today, like literally 2 hours ago. Unpack, we're here with baby boy. Spend some time with him, and then just fired everything up for the show. But they didn't have time. But this, it's not going up to my speed here. However, it'll burn okay. It'll do for now. I got a backup here just in case I say fuck this shit midway through. But
Oh, I got a couple of backups. I got that one. Then I got.
Oh, whoa! Yo, hey! Show that. I know you tell me that you went. That's a Christmas present, bro, or one of your Christmas presents early.
I bought myself a little something when I went to South Shore. Had 5 big time Tommies in it.
Man,
can't go wrong. Listen, that's the one thing I gotta say. Chris and Evan know how to make deals where they don't lose money. You don't get fucked. They still make money, but you're not bending over, taking it out the devil's lube. And he's got that jar with those in it. There was one with Avos in it, one with Novas. I think one was like a mix. They're like all different prices based on, how much each one costs, to make a they know how to do all that shit.
As always, shout out to South Shore. They're loyal individuals of the show, and they're your loyal customer of theirs. And again, dude, they seem to be like great dudes. I haven't met them yet. Eventually, I keep saying this, but your boy might pop up when it gets a little warmer, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do a little weekend something. Convince the wife to let me go. Hey, Jim, I'll spend some time in Long Island. You know what I'm saying, bro? You could pick me up at the airport, right, bro? Worst comes to worst, Probably what's the name of the fucking little ass airport in Long Island that I think I flew one time trying to find like a cheap deal in Miami, and it's like, and I used to live in East New York, so it was like fucking 2 hour drive. But
you got the one airport in Farmingdale, the Republic Airport, and then you have
the one.
Then you have MacArthur in
MacArthur
in Bohemia. Ronkonkoma, whatever the fuck they call it.
But yeah, it was that one. I'm like, what? When I booked that trip, I'm going back years, dude. This is like early 2000s. I'm booking shit, on the internet, on a computer, actually, boys and girls, not on the phone, okay? Because I looked at our listeners, and we have our viewers, our biggest percentage are from 25 to like 45, dude. Believe it or not, 25 to 34 is our biggest percentage of audience every time we do an episode, which is, I'm shocked. I thought it would be more like, 38 to like 50 or something like that. But hey.
And now I feel older than I already fucking felt.
Fucking A, bro. So yeah, man, it's you might be fun. Like I said, I'll bring down the equipment, and we'll ask the fellas if they want us to do a live show from there, man, and we'll probably do that.
They'd be fine. They would be fine with it. Chris already told me if anytime I want to do one, as long as Abuelito said he'll pick you up from the airport.
Oh, there we go. Let me, Abuelito. Hey, shout out to Abuelito. He is back in the building, baby. Abuelito, thank you very much. I'll take it as long as you're sober, bro. Okay?
Oh, yeah, no. The worst case scenario, he'll be tanked and I'll fucking drive because him fucking driving, yeah, no.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for always watching and also with the great comments. Abuelito is in the building, baby.
Yeah, try to this time, you old fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get into some sports, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this was huge. And Jim, give yourself a little pat on the back, bro, because I think it's documented somewhere between your show and some guest spots that you've done with other podcasts that you called this like a few months ago, when
Hey, he didn't want to play on the East Coast. You knew he was going to stay on the West Coast. Yep. The Giants aren't going to overspend for him. No. The Angels couldn't keep him. Which, by the way, now that Ohtani's gone, free Mike Trout, please, Angels, you're going nowhere.
They gotta trade him. They need to trade him. I mean, if they didn't, just fucking
because that's a mistake they made with Ohtani.
Yep.
You should have traded him when the iron was hot. Gotten some prospects out of him. Got whatever you could, even draft picks, whatever it was. You should have got him. You should have got something out of it. The Angels fumbled that one, like they fumble everything else. But this is the issue I have with this deal. It's not the team. It's more the situation. Because he's only going to pitch for another 2-3 years, right? Because he gets hurt more as a pitcher than he does as a hitter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's what happened the last 2 seasons. He's ended up, because it's been something with his arm, his elbow, his shoulder. There's been something with that particular part of his game.
So when he stops pitching, you're paying this guy $70 million a year.
Crazy.
To be a DH. But you know who really wins this deal? Not the Dodgers, not Ohtani. The state of California gets 53.5% total in taxes for the length of this contract. So if you think about it, he's really only making over the course of it, if you had to break it down,
like 347 million or something like that.
Yeah, like about 350.
Yeah,
355. Which, hey, is still life changing.
That is crazy, bro.
But now you have these Blue Jay fans. Like, I seen this clip on TikTok earlier. I don't know if I sent it to you. I might not have. Where they had Jerry Harrison Jr. on, and that guy's played in 16 teams in 9 years. So, like, he was giving his take, and then the sports broadcaster that they have on this news network was like, "Yeah, well, your opinion doesn't matter. You played for 16 teams in 9 years. What do you know?" Well, first off, he played Major League Baseball, so he knows something.
And 9 years is it's a long fucking time. I don't care how many teams you play for, dude.
And in 9 years to play with, well, I shouldn't say 16 teams. It might have been less.
And he was a decent player. I mean, he was a guy he was a decent player.
But for you to be a sportscaster and a sports news anchor, and you're saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about, well, this fucking fat schmuck never touched a baseball field, never played the sport, so what do you know? And he's pretty much, the people in Toronto are like all butthurt about it because they all thought, hey, this guy's coming here. Do you realize that Ohtani was just using every team that was interested as leverage to get the money he wanted? Like, hello, this is how you negotiate a bigger deal. You use other avenues to go to the one avenue you really want to go down and get them to overspend. And the Dodgers committed to it.
Dude, it's nuts, bro. I mean, who the hell doesn't understand that? That's what they do. All right, that's what agents do. And everybody knew since the last year when everybody was shocked because they did not trade him. Everybody knew that he was going to sign with somebody else. He was going to get the big money. Everybody knew he was going to get over $500 million or $600 million along that particular, neighborhood. So, yeah, I mean, everybody was trying to pander. I mean, I'll guarantee you that Toronto probably offer him 500. I was like, yo, dude, you don't want to take 500? I was like, no, because I'm going to get 700 from the fucking Dodgers, who have a
Yeah.
shitload of money. The Dodgers' value have gone up so much since they were acquired by the Magic Johnson Group. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
That, and of course, a couple of World Series and then their visits and stuff like that. They are like up there in the neighborhood with the Red Sox and the Yankees with when it comes to total team value. I mean, it's insane. So guess what? They're drawing from the bank right here. It is wild. Look, I'm with you. Does the guy deserve the money? Absolutely, right? Because he is doing something no one has ever done. As a Yankee fan, let's keep it real, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Babe Ruth could not kiss his ass or his jockstraps as a two-way player. All right? Because Babe Ruth pitched like fucking 10 games.
Yeah.
Look at these guys' numbers to 3 fucking years. All right? 38 and 19, 301 with a shitty fucking team with no offense. He probably would have won like freaking 50 games and had like 2 losses or some shit like that. I'm exaggerating. 200 batting average against. 171, 437 RBIs. I mean, didn't he hit 50 home runs 1 year? Right? I think he did. I don't have the stats in front of me.
I think he was close to it.
But he put 42 years before his rookie season. He had like over 30, but he was hurt. I mean, where the guy deserves the money, absolutely, man. I mean, if there was going to be a player, you're going to give him the bank. This is the guy. $35 million per fucking side that he does. That's technically what he comes by at $70 million a year. Oh, everybody was saying, well, you're paying a pitcher and a hitter. I was like, well, yeah, technically you are, but not for the rest of his career. Just like you said, but he does deserve the money. I mean, shout out to him. But yeah, dude, it's a big risk. It's a big risk. I think he's going to end up his career as a pretty great dang hitter, bro.
And the thing people have to realize, I said it on my episode Thursday, and I'll say it here too. This is a contract that you won't see for some time.
Oh,
guys like you and me will already have been 6 feet under for a good 30 years before you see another Shohei Ohtani or another Bryce Harper type deal, a Patrick Mahomes type deal. I mean, the fact that this guy's getting paid more than Aaron Judge, it kind of shows you something.
I mean, and it's crazy, bro, because when you look at this guy, honestly, from a sports, right, a player standpoint, it is beautiful to watch this guy. I mean, look what he did in the fucking World Series Classics, dude. He goes in there, does everything, takes the ball in the 9th inning. Give me that shit. I'm going to strike out Mike Trout, his teammate, all right?
Yeah.
Whiffed him. Absolutely whiffed him. Forget about it, right? So, yeah, from a standpoint of a player deserving it, because he's the only probably that's going to do this, like you said, in the next 100 years, because it was probably it was 100 years, the last player that did it, right? Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Right? Ruth. I mean, I think he pitched like a total of 20 games. I think that was what it was before he became a full-time hitter. So, yeah man. So,
and don't count the Dodgers out of getting Yamamoto now either, because even people are saying it's down to the Mets and the Yankees, and don't listen. The Yankees are doing their due diligence. They're bringing in Matsui and they're bringing in Tanaka for this meeting. Of course, Cashman's not going to bring in Hideki Arabu because that was his worst Japanese signing ever. But
Hideki was not so bad.
The fact that the fact that Cashman and Hal are going to bring in Matsui
consultants.
If you bring in Matsui in this meeting and you still can't lock down Yamamoto, this tells you that for the Brandon Tierney's of the world that think the evil empire is back, if you don't land Yamamoto, it's not back.
No, take a look at the new evil empire. It's called the fucking Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
All right. And we're gonna dive into that. And the reason why I say that, take a look at this, right? Right now, the largest contract is $700 million. The next person is Mike Trout at $426. Then $365 by Mookie Betts, who's, by the way, a teammate now of Hideki Arabu. Shit, you put that in my head. Of Shohei Ohtani. God, nightmares. And then you got Aaron Judge at $360. That's it, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. And this is crazy, right? Look at the team's payroll, right? Ohtani's making $70 million in 2024. That's higher projected than the Guardians, the Marlins. Of course, the Marlins are there every year. They're just pump and dump every year.
Yeah.
The Royals, the Brewers, the Reds, the Pirates, the Orioles, and the Athletics. All right. That's insane. We've seen this before, but not to this level. That's pretty freaking wild, man. But you know what, man? If you can, when it comes to sports, that you don't have a cap, like you do in football,
Yeah.
Dude, you got to spend money to make money,
Yeah.
but you got to spend it correctly.
And this is the issue because when this contract came out, it's the same narrative, the rich get richer. And this brings up something that I brought up about a year or two ago, where if you want to make baseball fair and more competitive from like the low market teams,
Mm-hmm.
then you give everybody a level floor cap of 200
Yeah.
million. If you exceed that, then the luxury tax kicks in,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever threshold you go past, that's just more you have to pay. And I think that would make it more competitive. You would have the Dodgers, not the Dodgers, the Pittsburgh Pirates say, be more competitive. The Reds more competitive. Even like the White Sox more competitive
Here's the thing.
because
I think it would also reduce the amount of money these big teams, because you got the top 5% that kicks the money down to all these other teams because of they're going over the luxury tax. So
yeah,
I don't know. So I think it's just a matter of like I'm a believer. People like Elon Musk and people like all these other billionaires, they take the risk and invest their own money on something, right? That's
yeah,
why they make the glory. So that's what the Dodgers are doing. I think, yeah, I like the cap idea, no doubt about it. But however, I think it'll restrict a lot of the other shit from baseball, right? That it makes baseball what it is. It's been around for all these years. You know what I mean? Because I think basketball may have it also, has a cap as well. So that's why. I mean,
it has a cap, but then you're allowed to give out
get
these
over.
super maxes, like one or two super max
That's
deals.
true. That's true.
Well,
That's not bad.
one's a max, and then one's like a super max, like what
Yes,
Giannis Antetokounmpo got.
it's your second contract with the same team becomes a supermax after your first extension after your rookie year. So yeah, in other words, you got to be with the team like 7 years to get that
Yeah,
supermax deal. But dude, this is
God.
nuts. This is wild.
I'm
And let's.
I'm I'm definitely in the. I did something wrong in life because I should be getting super max fucking deals.
Oh man, this is wild, man. I mean, look, I give a shout out to the. I mean, I didn't. I'm not gonna break down every single thing here, but Dodgers right now on paper, like anything else, yeah, they're the team to beat.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn what you're saying. I know they're gonna have to lose some here, but they have. I think they didn't trade for Ohtani, so they have young talent that they could fill some spots here of individuals they gotta get rid of, right? Just to like kind of have a little more money for trades during the year and all that kind of crap. But oh gosh, man, gosh, this is a loaded freaking team. Mookie Betts. Oh man, Ohtani now. I mean, I don't even know.
Max Muncy.
Max Month. Yeah, gosh. Oh, what's the first baseman they used to play for the Denver Atlanta Braves? He's also nasty. I mean,
Freddie Freeman.
Freeman. I mean, dude, this is like wild, wild. And they, and even though, and I'll guarantee you, they have pitching, right? They just gotta make. They're not gonna try to exploit him because they want to play for the rest of the season because he's right now in territory he's never been. They're gonna have to They're gonna have to reserve him because they want him for the playoffs.
Yeah,
This guy's gonna be the horse in the playoffs. So you want to save him for the playoffs when he comes, to his arms and the innings he's gonna fucking
yeah.
pitch.
You're going to need him in the playoffs because Clayton Kershaw is great in the regular season, but then we
Yep,
see what happens come playoff time, and he,
absolutely.
kind of does for those old school NBA fans who remember this sign at the Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does in the playoffs. He does a Reggie Miller. You just choked. That's what he fucking does. I
Absolutely, brother.
but
No, it is what
yeah,
it is, man. It is what it is.
you're
It is
gonna
what
need
it is.
Ohtani. So I wouldn't let Ohtani pitch more than, honestly, to save him for the playoffs, because you figure
Mhm.
now with this team that they're a World Series team now. So you
Yep.
figure you can't let him pitch any more than, I would say, 125, 150 innings.
Yeah, give him something. I mean, and then let him rip, man, and down the stretch. That's when you let
Yeah.
him rip down the stretch. You know what this guy can do. I mean, he's an unbelievable athlete, dude. That's insane, man. When I watched this guy play last year, and then the crazy part, he's gotten better every year he's been in the league, dude. But from both sides, I mean, just oh man, it's just wild. And we're lucky that, like you said, you and I have the privilege to watch this, in this
Yeah.
modern era, which is
Well,
un-
anybody who likes
yeah,
baseball or has watched
yep,
baseball, whether you're 9 years old now or you're 49 years
dude.
old, or even if you're 70 years old, you all get to enjoy watching this right now and take pleasure in it because you're not going to see it again.
Dude, before we move on to the next segment, I remember I played baseball growing up all my life, all the way through high school, and always at every level, the best player on the team was the pitcher.
Yeah.
All until he got to college, and then he either pitched or he hit 100%, right? Well, that guy was the best hitter and was also your pitcher. So it's crazy why you would say, wait, why can more guys do this? Oh, you get to a certain level, whatever the case may be. For this guy to be doing it, man, on both levels highly, it's fucking amazing. Hey, and guess what, bro? He got paid. America's a great country. People pay a lot for things that are rare.
Yeah.
And he's rare.
Oh, he's fucking up. Yeah, he is. And, but for him to come out and say, because even before he signed, people are saying, oh, Steve Cohen's going all in on him. The Yankees got to go all in on him. And then he said, I can't picture myself playing on the East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if the Yankees offered you $700 million, Ohtani, could you picture yourself in pinstripes in the Bronx? If I was Ohtani, yes. Even if the Mets offered it and they're putrid fucking pinstripes, you would take it there too. Granted, I think the pressure would be more on him in New York because of the market that it is. LA, it's kind of...
LA is tough, but he is going into a scenario of an established team.
Yeah, it's not as bad
as...
And now he's not going into like a piece it together type team. He's just another addition to the puzzle.
That's to a team that's already established.
Where if he went to the Yankees or the Mets, he's already being anointed the savior. That's why some of these guys, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, don't come to New York. Like Garnett, he didn't want to be the savior of the Knicks. That's why he went to Brooklyn. Because he didn't have to be the savior there. He was just a piece to build around to bring a championship that never got brought to Brooklyn. But
Nope, absolutely. He posted it on social media, right? I think he posted it on his Instagram. Well, not him himself, probably somebody on his account, expressing the gratitude to the Angels fan and apologizing for taking too long. I'm gonna listen, dude. You're the best player in baseball. You can take as long as you want, bro.
I don't think you need to apologize.
No,
because this is a life-altering decision.
Huge.
That you can't just decide like as if you're in your closet and you're going out and it's like, okay, I want to wear that shirt.
Yep.
Like
absolutely.
This is different. This changes your whole career path. Like if he chose to stay in Anaheim, he would never win anything. And then it would just be a waste. And going to the Dodgers, you're not wasting him in his prime years because the Dodgers, throughout the course of the contract, you should win at least 3 World Series with Ohtani in your lineup.
Right now, that's what these guys are going to. That's the thing that's going to right now put the pressure on the Dodgers itself. But listen, dude, if they go out and win it next year, they're happy about spending $700 million.
But guys like Mookie Betts, guys like Freddie Freeman have already been there.
Yeah.
So since they could help take the pressure off of Ohtani, it's like, just go out there and do your thing.
Dude, so I give them credit. They have great fucking cornerstones in that team. They are tied up for a while. It's not like Freeman's going to go away anytime soon, right? He's on their long-term contract. Mookie Betts on the long term. I mean, so the pieces are there. This reminds me of what the Yankees used to do, right? You got the core, and then you keep adding these guys, right? Roger Clemens, fucking, bring other guys from other worlds, Knobloch, freaking Tino Martinez. It's like you keep bringing in guys. This just has to be the biggest well in the world. And Shohei Ohtani, and trust me, dude, they will have every freaking game sold out. Even if they're playing the fucking the Toledo Mud Hens, all right, in the minor league game. All right, put it that way.
I think they would sell out if we formed a baseball team together.
Dude,
hell, I would love the privilege of Ohtani just taking one of my 45-mile-an-hour fastballs and just fucking planting it on the fucking expressway somewhere.
Dude, if I throw a 45-mile-an-hour fastball, my arm will stay down, dude. I'm going to have to warm up for a while. I think I could clock 50 still. I don't know. I haven't even tried it. But put it this way. The Asian community is pretty big out west. And it's one of those things. He has brought a lot of them into baseball more than ever. I mean, remember Suzuki, not Hideo, but what was oh my gosh, I can't think of these games right now.
Ichiro
Suzuki was the first one, right? That brought the whole that particular part of the world. And now in California, you're gonna have even more in LA because LA has the largest population, I think, overall. So he's not stupid. He wasn't gonna leave the West Coast. That's what his bread and butter is. That's where that jersey's gonna get sold like crazy. He's gonna be the number one fucking sold jersey like tomorrow. All right, so
let's put it. It was always the West Coast because there's a predominant reason. Japan's the closest to the West Coast, and that's where he's from. So it makes
Yep.
total sense. When he was posted by MLB and everybody was clamoring for him, it was even said then he's going to stay on the West Coast, whether it's Anaheim, whether it's
Yep.
whoever it was that could afford to pay him it or bring him in. He was never coming to the East Coast. And hearing Yankee fans saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to get him. He's signing with us."
No.
Listen,
I never had any hope.
you want to live in fantasy all you want, but jump back into reality real quick. It was never happening. Even I knew it. I wasn't one of those. He's a free agent. Oh, we're getting him. No, no.
That's why I'm kind of happy I wasn't around New York around this time, right? Dealing with that shit because it's like the people just jacking each other off about the possible Otani, come to New York and which is not going to happen. I don't care about that, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Man, don't
let's
get
talk
fucking
about
it.
Yeah, but listen, going from catching the biggest whale, and we actually had the biggest whale before this news broke out today. The Yankees, I give them credit. Look, we went. Whoop, wait a minute, got the wrong slide. We actually went to. We did some work, man. We did some work this past week. We were the talk of the town this past week. All right, Alex Verdugo. All right, then we got Juan Soto. All right, along with Trent Gresham. I mean, we kind of settled exactly what we had one of our voice, which is the outfield, right?
Left field.
Yeah, exactly. Let's focus on the Verdugo trade first, which is unusual that the Boston Red Sox
coming.
Yeah, that the Boston Red Sox decided to trade with us or us with them.
Well, there's a
yeah, exactly. And so what? This guy. I mean, we didn't give up much for him.
No.
We got Richard Fitz, Rick Weiser, and then I mean, Verdugo is one of those guys that 281, really, really decent, great outfielder. I mean, with the Red Sox when he started playing full time, he's a possible 290 hitter, as a full potential, hit 300 ones, 11 homers, 13 homers. Again, he is a piece that fits what we're looking for. We didn't give up much. I know he's a free agent, but he won't take a lot to sign as well if we decide to keep him. So that's from a standpoint of a productive player that we do need, because whatever we tried there before, how many people we put there in that position, and it's a complete fucking shit show. And you could probably, resonate more because you live in New York now. I don't get as much as the media.
Yeah.
So I think that was solid as hell to start the week.
It definitely was. Listen, the Verdugo deal is a trade is one that you're used to seeing from the Yankees. So I'm glad that Cashman finally found his balls a little bit and this off. But it's not being really received well by some Yankee fans because he's had run-ins with within the Red Sox organization, and they feel it might resonate over to to the Yankees. But listen, you had a void in left field.
Absolutely.
You had to fill it. And if this guy could put up the numbers he put up in Boston and New York, I'll fucking take it.
A fucking gaping hole. It's not even like a small hole. How many? It's come on, man. It was a gaping fucking hole. And I like that because it makes sense financially and it also makes sense from a production standpoint, right? So I know people will bitch about it because he wasn't a superstar. Honestly, I honestly like this. And I don't want to, I don't want to sound like a dick here, but from a value standpoint, we gave a lot less than we did for Soto, and we're probably going to get a nice return when you look at the assets given, versus the return. The return on investment, I think it's going to be higher. He's not going to put up the Soto numbers. However, you gave up shit for this guy, and it's going to.
You gave up like 3 minor league pitchers who were called up throughout the year.
Yep,
just to fill a bullpen slot or to be a spot starter to give Garrett Cole an extra day, or because Rodon couldn't go that day, or whatever it was. So you didn't give up nearly as much as you did with Soto.
No.
And when you look at what we gave up for Soto, I honestly wanted to see what Michael King would be as a starter this year. Plug him in 5, see what he's got. And to think that that's what almost didn't get this deal done.
Dude.
I mean, did you give up pieces in the farm that are projected to be Major League Baseball players in the next year or two, like a Drew Thorpe? Yeah, but you know what? To get the big fish, you got to get rid of the little fish. You don't know what they're going to be when they get to this level. You know what you're getting with Juan Soto. So you had to do it.
I think it was definitely a must, man. It just we gave up stuff that probably. I mean, it's not like this is going to be the savior, but we still have to figure out what we're going to do with the other big hole, which is starting pitching for us.
Well, that's where you got to land your moto.
Yeah. And you got to sign somebody. And Rondon is a wild card right now because if he comes healthy,
him and Nestor Cortez, because Cortez was hurt for the later part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost Severino to the Mets, which listen, I don't knock Severino for going there. The Mets they overspent.
Absolutely, dude, absolutely. You know what? And Severino just want to stay home.
But the Mets are in the same predicament the Yankees are. You tried going one way. You brought in pieces that didn't work. You traded those pieces off. Now you have to overspend to fix your problems. Cashman has to do that now as well. And so far, these deals he's made, listen, it's kind of getting him a little bit of the respect back that he's lost. But let's not make it out like he's the world's greatest friggin' GM because he's still got that long road to travel to fix every fuck up he's made and horrible deals, starting with Donaldson and then down the friggin' line.
Yep. I mean,
he has to win one of relevancy now, because think about it, it's been 14 years since the last one. And for us spoiled Yankee fans, that is a very long time. Friggin' that's like dog years. 14 years in dog years is like what? Like 95 years in fucking dog years, whatever it is.
And look, and the Trent Gresham throw in, people don't realize how much this guy is going to freaking give these other guys breaks in the outfield because, he's not a great hitter, but the dude can fucking field and defense. And we've missed a lot of that as well. Not just the offensive side, bro. We haven't had anybody, close games, errors in the outfield that cost some games. This guy's going to prevent it because this is a guy, this old school ball, if you want to use this guy, right? Bring this guy in the ninth inning because we need that short glove, right? Take somebody out, that kind of stuff. When baseball used to be managed, right? When you actually play the fucking X's and O and you brought in defensive guys because you knew you had to lead and you wanted to get a short glove out there, or the same thing, that kind of crap. I mean, I like to throw in with Gresham. Again, we got to get a lot from the defensive side, not so much from the hitting, but that's kind of a good complementary. I'm with you. Like the deal, not crazy about it. We did have to give up a lot more than Verdugo because Verdugo, I think return investment is going to be a little higher. But Juan Soto, though, bro, going to New York, I hope he could, take it all in, bro, because he's going home. Hey, man, Uptown is going to be on fire. All right? Washington Heights is going to be on fire every time this guy hits a home run. All right?
You're going to hear more Daddy Yankee now than you ever did.
Right here, bro. Ready? Juan Soto every time he hits a home run. There you go. Running the bases, baby. We just got ourselves our Sammy Sosa. Hold on a second. Let me move that out of the way, bro, and I'll give up the next one here. But yeah, no, dude, you're right. I get it. We have to sacrifice. We have to risk. I think the bad thing about this is that it's going to cost us a lot more money. Because he is going to require. This guy gave up a $100 million contract.
There's two negatives with this deal.
Mm-hmm. The return on investment is going to be a lot higher. The expense after the investment is going to be kind of the rebuild of this house, right? That you just purchased at a value. It's going to cost you a lot. Hoping that the market stays high.
But the two negatives in this deal is I thought maybe they would have had an extension with this trade, which would have made sense. But now you have another issue that nobody's discussing. But I will. And it kind of involves bringing in Trent Grisham with Aaron Judge. So let's say middle of the game, or let's say you want to give Judge half a day. You're now taking Stanton's bat out of the lineup. Now you have $25 million sitting on your bench.
And again, that's what I thought. We got to go into the Giancarlo Stanton fucked up trade. That was all to give Derek Jeter a nice break there when he became the VP or whatever the hell it was with the Marlins. How long do we have in that deal left, dude? This shit has to be coming to an end already, right? I can't wait for that deal to be over.
You had the opportunity to move it in this deal. You really kind of did, where it's like, you want us to take Soto? Okay. Because then you maybe could have salvaged not giving up Michael King. I was surprised Kyle Hichikawa was in this deal, but that shows you how much trust they have in Austin Wells already.
Yeah, they do. I like Austin Wells.
You could have moved Stanton to San Diego And you could have moved the money because you could have said to San Diego, listen, we'll include Stanton. You pay him. We'll pay Soto this year. So whatever Soto's owed this year, we'll pay him. You pay Stanton, and you get Stanton off the books. You could have did that, but they didn't do it. So any chance they've gotten to get this deal off the books, even when Chicago was looking to unload Yu Darvish, Jason Hayward, and whoever else, they could have made the deal with Chicago then and brought in Yu Darvish, and then you could have flipped Jason Hayward or kept them, whichever or. But you could have moved Stanton then. You could have moved Stanton now, and they didn't. I understand in the playoffs he hits. It's the regular season where we need production out of him, and you don't get it consistently. That's the fucking problem here. And then when you don't play him, there's 25 million sitting there watching a game. Why? Just why?
Yeah, that comes to the territory. Anybody that was going to sign, that was going to trade for Soto, was going to have that problem anyway. We just have a problem because we have a guy that's dead water in our fucking books with Giancarlo Stanton. That's the only thing that bothered me about that. And again, I think Juan Soto in this lineup, again, like anybody else, guys, let's hold the fucking horses, pull back on the horses on the reins, because everybody that starts in a new team in New York is going to struggle the first fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care who you are. A-Rod, one of the greatest players, did it. Anybody that comes in, Jeremy Giambi, whatever, Jason Giambi, when he first came in after having MVP seasons, everybody's going to struggle. All these big hitters are going to struggle because it is New York, one of the toughest places to play. So give this guy 2 months before he starts going on a 20-month home run freaking month, all right, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Boo birds, just calm down.
Calm down.
Let him get acclimated. Calm down. This is huge. You could give Cashman credit for it, but don't anoint him the world's greatest friggin' GM because, again, he's got an 8-mile road to go down. Little 8-mile reference for everybody.
And look, guess what, dude? I mean, it's not like we need help selling seats, man, but get ready. You're going to hear more guiras and tamboras up in the fucking on top of the. I'm telling you about fucking Broadway, Uptown. Washington Heights going to be on fire, bro. Everybody from Uptown is going to be watching this game. You feel like you're in the Dominican Republic when you're watching I think their baseball teams are like the Liceis and the Aguilas over there going ham. I went to a baseball game in the Dominican Republic. It's like watching something completely different. You feel like you're in a freaking madhouse and it's a show. You know what I mean? It's like the passion is insane. If you're seeing the World Series Baseball Classic. So I was there for the Yankees to take it. Yes, I think we gave up. I don't want to say more than we needed to, but we gave up what we have to. But again, we still have a void, which if we don't fill it, then this trade's going to look bad like, damn, King was the biggest part there because they know what you have with King, right? They saw the potential with King, right? What he's done going in the bullpen, spot starts, right? We could see what King can do. And that was the one. And we gave up some, there was a couple of prospects there that were unproven yet, but hey, it's just, it is what it is, man. But I think if we get the same thing that we have with him, 35 homers, 109 RBIs this season, I mean, this guy's the potential to hit 40, hit 300.
They're projecting him and Judge combined for almost 100 total.
Wow, that's pretty good, man. That means somebody's gonna have 50. The other one's gonna have 35. One of these guys gonna crack 40 easy, right? And again, we also need to make sure that Judge stays healthy. All right, that's a huge part of it. We need to make sure that Judge is healthy.
That's where Trent Grisham comes right into play.
Mm-hmm.
So give Cashman his due on this one. Give Hal his due. I think fine. Maybe they're listening to our voices finally.
Hopefully,
and they're doing what needs to be done. But what I don't need to hear from Hal is I'm willing to spend over $300 million. It's not that you're willing; you're now forced.
No, exactly. Cut that willing bullshit.
Yeah,
cut that willing bullshit, dude. But again, Verdugo, man, I think it's. I like that. I like the way. That was smooth. That was actually smooth. Very smooth, man. Very little for a nice high returns for very low investment. I like that.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. But for all of this to pan out and look like a good deal, as a realistic Yankee fan, I'll settle with 1 year with Soto. Obviously, we want to win it all. But if we don't, I'll take a Game 7 loss in the ALCS because now the bar's been risen. No more of this. We barely get in, got to play in the wild card, just missed the playoffs, lose in the divisional round. No, now it's we want to go from here and we want to get to the top of the ladder real quick without having to climb the other 10 fucking rungs on the ladder. So it's ALCS or nothing.
Perfect. Hey, Jim, I just scrolled down here, and I'm glad that we finished this segment in style. So, Jim, you are bringing a special guest in tonight. He's actually here in the queue. Why don't you go ahead and introduce this man right here, bro? Who we bringing on to join us with the madness?
So I'm bringing my brother from another mother onto the show. Huge supporter of not only just Fan in the Van, but this show as well, and Steel and Teal. We actually used to work together in the same store for a while. My buddy Brandon, who is a Ravens fan, which we all got our taste, but
we'll give him some love, brother. All right.
Yeah, it's all love, but he's here. Look at that fucking smile. Hoo-hoo.
Oh, he's bringing the colors, y'all. He's bringing the colors.
Oh, I don't have a jersey on underneath, but
let me see here. Brandon, check your mic and see if it's on, buddy. We can't hear you.
Yeah, put your mic on there, Cheech.
Because you're on a phone, so most likely check the little mic.
Oh God, I told you to be ready, Cheech. With a come on.
I don't see anything on my end here. Let me see. He's not muted. I got him off here. All right, why don't you come back in and out? All right, come back in and out. You could hear us, right? Yeah, come back in there. Make sure that when it asks you to join, make sure your mic is off. It's on, like the little thing is off, because it's gonna ask. Check your settings. All right. We'll come back in. We'll do the reintro all over again.
I'm fucking reintroducing him again.
I'm fucking with you. Well, in the meantime, before he comes in, let's play a word from our sponsors at BetUS, where the game begins. Biggest deposit bonus, 125% deposit. Check out the link in the description of the show to get that from BetUS, baby. Come on.
I've been to 56 straight home games.
I've tailgated 61 times.
I've been to 31 practices. I've collected 17 autographs.
I've had 27 beer spilled on me. Make that 28.
I've got one sports book.
I've got one sports book. I've got one sports book.
BetUS.com.
Sign up at BetUS and get a massive 125% bonus.
All right, baby. BetUS. Check out the link in the description for 125% bonus. Let's try this again. Yo, boy, Brandon is in the building. Welcome.
Yeah, are we here?
There we go, son.
There we are.
There we go, bro.
God, I had to YouTube how to do that.
Hey, man, I mean, if you're in Baltimore, then they probably robbed your sound or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what it was. He probably got carjacked on the way here.
He's a Baltimore fan based in fucking Long Island. Go figure.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Steeler fan in Long Island. Raven fan in Long Island. Somebody make it make sense.
Abuelita's already fucking with you, too. Come on, Brandon.
Wow. Oh, man. Damn. Oh.
First of all, is it Brandon or Brandon? Is it Brandon or Brandon, bro?
Brandon. No D.
All right. I was going to say, bro, I was going to kick you off just for the fucking fact that your name was Brandon. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, you're jumping right in. We're going to talk a little bit NFL right now, bro. And we want to talk. We'll probably let you a little bit, give you a little piece about your Ravens and stuff like that. By the way, I'm actually a nice Lamar Jackson fan. I grew up in Brooklyn, right? But I've been down in Florida now 19 years. And actually, Lamar grew up in Pompano Beach, which is right next to the city I work for in Deerfield Beach. And a lot of the guys that work for me actually went to school with him. My wife did not go to school with him, but he graduated from the same high school my wife went to. That's, throwing fucking shit out there to let you know that I know Lamar. No, I'm kidding. But I know a lot of guys that know him, and he's such a great dude in reality, on and off the field. So hey.
Yeah, it's awesome to honestly hear that. It's good to hear when your quarterback is, a light in their community, not just now in Baltimore, but as well as his hometown in Florida as well. So that means, that means a lot towards, I know, the team, and especially me being a huge Lamar Jackson fan. When I'm not trying to say idle, but when your favorite player is, someone that's a positive light in the community themselves. You know what I mean?
He is. He goes back home every year, invests in the community, does a lot of community events. He's built community centers and stuff like that because a lot of the guys live in Pompano. I go, yeah, Lamar came back, man, and he did this and did that. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, he's such. I've heard a lot about him, inside, and yeah, he's not a great player, but just a great human being as well. So, oh man. So listen, brother. First of all, apart from just give us a little insight, man. Apart from your Ravens, what other teams you root for? Then please
I am a New York Yankee fan, so big Yankee fan, and I'm a huge Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Basketball, I do not have any. I know that. Yeah, I get this all the time. Trust me, I'm not liked here in New York just because of being a Lightning fan. You don't understand how many evil eyes I got during those couple Stanley Cups that we've had. All right, it's not easy.
Listen, I don't do hockey, so I could care less about it anyway. I hear about Tampa down here because it's Florida, so it doesn't matter. Florida, a bunch of bandwagon fans when it comes to everybody else but the Dolphins, all right, and the Miami Heat. It's all the other sports that just jump around. So go ahead.
No, so yeah, those are just my teams, though. Like I said, I don't know. The Yankees is the only New York team I've ever really liked. Never could get into the other teams. So yeah.
Listen, we want to jump on a little bit of football, my friend. And usually we'll do some picks and stuff like that. We might skip that this week. Let's see how much time we have. But I want to talk about the MVP. Man. I want to talk a little bit about MVP talk here, man. This year to me is one of the most wide open years when it comes to the MVP because I don't think anybody has a clear shot at this, right? So I want to start with my picks here. And I want to give you guys my take on here. And then you can let me know. But honestly, dude, I think there's players like Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, CJ Stroud. All right, these are the new dark horses for me. Dak Prescott is in the run almost every year. As a Giants fan, I could give a fuck about him, but he is playing outstanding up there in the lead with passing yards, touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, of course, between running the football and passing the ball and the Eagles record. And Brock Purdy, bro. These are some wild cards, man. I think this year we don't have a clear-cut MVP like Mahomes every year, or Brady when he was playing, or that kind of shit.
Okay, so want me to go first, or Jim? How do you want to do this? Huh?
What do you think, bro? No, he's the guest. Let him go first, right? Yeah. And then you give him shit, Jim.
So for me, I'm gonna say it's really gonna all depend on the end of the year stuff. If Tyreek really does break the record, I do believe he's the clear cut this year. With Dak, so much I know he's having a great year, but I'm also looking at the schedule. I got into an argument with a Giants fan the other day who was trying to say that the NFC East was better than the AFC North, even at the beginning of the year. Right, exactly. That was exactly.
What the fuck?
This is where Ravens and Steelers fans can unite, and we can go to battle together right here. So,
the only fan base I can because you can't with Browns fans because they were all fucking cousin banging fucks.
But I just can't give Dak really that much credit. I know, the team performance is always a driving force behind the MVP races. But to me, if you really look at the Cowboys this year, I don't think they've really shown people how tough they are. And that's not to say they're not a good team. But if you've looked at their schedule, it's the next 4 games are against teams that are actually 500.
Yep.
Whereas all their wins this year have pretty much come against teams that are under 500. To me, it's very underwhelming. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Jake Paul beating up on basketball players and retired wrestlers and then saying that he's a better boxer than anybody in the world. It just doesn't make sense to me. And that's not a knock towards him. But come on, when you beat real competition, you're real to me. When you're not beating real competition, you just ain't doing it for me. So, and for me, I can't even say Brock Purdy right now. I know he's doing very well there in San Francisco, but I mean, the guy has, more tools than Bob the Builder. I'm not trying to sit here and say he's a system quarterback and you can throw anyone in there, but here's where my Lamar Jackson thing is going to come out.
I got him as my dark horse. I got him as my dark horse.
When Lamar won in 2019, led the team led it in total offense, rushing offense. The guy had no weapons. You know what I mean? You had Marquise drops everything Brown,
Yep.
a young Mark Andrews, no name wide receivers. He did that all, leading the league in passing touchdowns that year. So to me, it really shouldn't be hard for Brock Purdy to be having the success he is. When you have, Kittle, Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, you have the best running back probably of this generation in Christian McCaffrey. So for me, it's really tough. But I really would like to say it's going to be, honestly, Christian McCaffrey. I believe he's the reason why the Niners are winning this year. The guy is just a threat on the field, no matter if he has the ball or he doesn't. But like I said, I think Tyreek will be the winner if he does break that record.
Honestly, what do you think, Jim? Who do you think out of this field here?
I'd rather see somebody other than a quarterback win MVP, but it's going to go to a quarterback because it's become a quarterback award at this point. I honestly, for me, it would be between McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill. I mean, look at what they're both doing for both their respective teams. I mean, Tyreek Hill cannot be stopped unless you fucking quadruple cover him. And McCaffrey, whether he's running the ball or he's catching it, is a dual threat. I wouldn't put Brock Purdy in the conversation because of all those weapons. He throws a 5-yard pass, and Deebo makes him look better. Ayuk makes him look better. Kittle makes him look better. McCaffrey makes him look better. It's not like he's throwing bombs out there like Tua to Tyreek Hill, and Tariq's only got to run an extra 15 yards to score. Purdy, it's like a Tim Tebow style play in a way. It's like an offensive scheme where it's like a little dink dunk pass because Brock Purdy does not have the arm strength to get it 40 yards down the field to fucking Ayuk at all. Let's be honest about that. Whereas a guy like Lamar, I'll give him credit, has the arm strength. He has improved in his quarterback play. Baltimore has gotten him weapons. Zay Flowers being one of them. Rashard Master Bateman can't catch anything except for a nut and a sock.
No Master Bateman.
And, Lamar's the dark horse. If it's going to go to a quarterback, give it to him. Give it to him because there's been the improvement. The fact that the Ravens are playing on this level I've never seen them play on, and you could attribute that to trading for Roquan Smith and that defense just being friggin' lights out. And that's coming from a Steeler fan who really kind of hates giving any AFC North team any credit, but you got to give credit where it's due.
From that standpoint, I think it all depends next week when he plays the Eagles, right? They pulled this dub, and he plays as good as he did against the first time around, right? Because the first time around, it wasn't his fault losing. He needs to be in the conversation. Now, I'm a Giants fan. I hope he fucking fails miserably, all right? I wish both teams can lose. I could care less because we're out of it, right? I'm all about right now. I mean, shit. No, Tommy Cutlett's now unbelievable. It's fucking us our chances to draft the quarterback, but hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody's having a good time in New York. You know what I'm saying? Love that family, by the way, bro. They all smoke cigars. Did you see the uncle and the effing father? Everybody's all off the chain, bro. That's your typical, New York, New Jersey family. All out there getting blasted. You know what I'm saying? Pre-game, tailgating. They're drinking that vodka, baby, in that 40-degree weather. You know what I mean? And smoking stogies. I like that right there. So I'm a fan of the fam. But anyway, I like what you said about disagree a little bit about Brock Purdy. I'm gonna tell you why. I think he does command leadership of that team very well as a quarterback. The players respect him. They go to battle for him. What they proved last week against the Eagles is what Deebo Samuel has been saying all year long since they lost to the Eagles in the championship game last season when he went out. He said if Brock never went out, it would have been us in the Super Bowl. And I honestly believe that because they have that defense that can play well and control a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. Now, I put him in the conversation. I don't think he's going to win it. Definitely agree, both of you guys. I hope is also a position player because what Tyreek Hill is doing has never been seen before. I mean, this guy's the first player ever to have 5+ games of 2 touchdown plus 150 yards receiving. I mean, the guy's a cheat code, all right? And he makes Tua the quarterback that Tua is in the top 10 with all the yardage and all that shit. Great offense. Tailor-made for Tua. They still haven't beat a 400 or 500 team, so that's where I think it's going to fuck with him a little bit, right? McCaffrey, been a fan since he's been a rookie. right? The dude is a generational talent, and what he's doing right now, I am happy that he's doing it with the 49ers, even though, NFC, whatever the case may be, but he's finally getting a chance to show his showcase that he showcased himself with, again, the Panthers, but doing it for a good team because he's a pivotal part of that. So I like that. I like those two. I'm agree with you guys. However, the guy that's the dark horse for me, all right, is my man CJ Stroud. Because what this kid is doing, right, he is, as a rookie, he's putting shit that nobody ever did, all right? Most, touchdowns against interceptions in the first, 3 games, yarding. He's leading the league in passing yards. Has the damn team at, 7-4? The dude he's going to win the offensive rookie of the year. And I think DeMeco Ryan is going to win the damn coach of the year, all right? He's going to put Brian Dable over here. But what he's doing also as a rookie is insane. He's putting up MVP numbers. He has 5 picks, and he threw 3 of those in 1 game. 20 touchdowns, a couple of more rushing, putting that team, the improvement, because, they also base it on the winning. But you take C.J. Stroud out of that lineup, and you put Big Neck Mills, and that team has only 2 wins with that same staff. With that same staff, Mills has 2 or 3 wins at most. That's why I like C.J. as my dark horse in that whole mix.
I can agree to that.
And let's not forget also, guys, Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, you still got to put him in there. His game is what he has, 15 rushing touchdowns or 12 rushing touchdowns, 15 passing touchdowns. I get it. The guy is loaded, bro. I mean, the running game is insane. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard when healthy, great offensive line, great defense. But he hasn't looked as sharp as he did last year. But, bro, they still pull some games off. I mean, he still needs to be mentioned there. We keep forgetting about Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I think the thing with Tyreek Hill is this. Another thing that would give him MVP, and this is from a betting standpoint, if you're doing a parlay, he's a fucking lock for any time TD score. And usually within the first 5 minutes of the game when they have the ball. So
anytime TD score and over the fucking receiving yards. It's insane. Yeah. More receptions.
Well, what's the thing is, I think every year in the NFL, you have those players that are automatic MVP watches. I mean, look before the season. They say it, Lamar's on every year, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Those guys are on the ballot every single year as your 5 most likely, and Joe Burrow, of course.
Yeah, he's hard now. So yeah, you're right.
Are most likely to win MVP. So I think it's interesting to see which guys are going to be added to the mix. Obviously, in the beginning, they're not going to say any positional players, but now you have to add Christian McCaffrey. Yep. You do have to add Tyreek Hill because of what they're doing. I think CJ does have a strong case if he gets the Texans into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, he is in a good spot to do it. I mean, that AFC South right now doesn't look too great. Yes, the Colts are the Colts are surviving right now.
Yep.
I think is Anthony Richardson going to make a huge difference when he comes back?
No,
we're gonna have to find out.
We shall see it though.
Exactly, we have to see it because we didn't really get a big enough sample size. I mean, even in his college career, he didn't really give a big enough sample size. The thing that won him the hearts, of being that top 5 draft pick was his athletic ability. His throwing power, his comparisons. The comparisons to Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson. So. I think
he performed well in the short sample size. He did perform well as quarterback. Yeah, he still looked not the part. Still the game seemed a little faster to him, but I think he did just like Lamar did his rookie season. His athletic ability helped him out. You know what I'm saying? Into getting some big plays to Pittman from a throwing standpoint, and of course, running the football.
See, I think the only thing that's going to hurt Richardson's development is the fact that people, as much as I don't want to say Kenny Pickett had a veteran presence, when he came in. Lamar Jackson had Joe Flacco when he came in. Anthony Richardson didn't have anybody. He came in. There's no veteran. The Colts were for the past 3 years have had aging veterans. Wait.
Hold on. What's Mullet Mania? He's a veteran now.
Hey,
you can't leave out Mullet Mania, Brandon. Come on.
New age for Patrick, bro. That guy
is the savior of the Colts right now. That man, the Mullet Mania. You know what? I'm gonna get a jersey. It just says Mullet Mania on the back.
I like it.
Dude, you got to give him credit, bro. Mullet Mania is out there doing it, man. Like he did for the Jags and Spurs. I mean, he's not going to be a starter like that, but he's going to be that quarterback that's going to be one of the best sought-after backups and a stopgap for players like Richardson in between.
Right, exactly. But let's face it. Out of all us three, who knew that Gardner Minshew was going to do this with the Colts team?
Oh, I did.
I did.
Really?
I thought
because I am the Long Island prognosticator. I am the Long Island Nostradamus. I knew. In my crystal ball, I just went. We'll keep them afloat.
He's played on their good enough quarterbacks. I mean, especially last year. That if you notice when he stepped in, he gives you a chance to win. Granted, he's not a savior, but he does give you a chance to win, and that's what everybody looks for a backup quarterback. Look, put it this way, Jim. No insult to your offense, but Mullet Mania is better than Pickett.
Mullet Mania is better than fucking Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would take Mullet Mania now. Shit, I think the Jets would bend over for Mullet Mania.
I would have rather Mullet Mania start Thursday night than fucking not money-making Mitch Trubisky fucking overthrowing everybody and their mother. 4th and 2. Yeah, let's fucking bomb it. It's like Matt Canada didn't leave that game. Piece of shit.
The ghost of Matt Canada existed in that game.
Yes, he did.
And here's the thing. That was a game you guys needed to win. It was against the Patriots. And I was, and listen, being a Ravens fan, you're like excited. Oh my God, Patriots are up 21-0. And then you see this lead starting to cut down. You're like, this is the Patriot way right now. I mean, thank God they held on, but still, I mean, that was a game Pittsburgh needed to win, because you guys have an easier schedule compared to the Ravens. Listen, I am frightful. Okay. I am terrified right now of the schedule we have coming up. All right. With the Niners, you have the Jags. Yeah. It's scary right now, the stretch that we have to go on. So the Patriots helped us. You know what I mean?
This is where your defense has got to be huge, right? Facing against these good offensive teams when it comes to the Ravens. Honestly, the big difference is that you do have a really good fucking playmaker in Zay Flowers. I've been high on that kid since high school because he is the guy that Lamar has been missing, right? Everybody thought Master Bateman was going to be that guy that can make the plays, right? He showed a little bit of that last year before he got hurt for like the first 4 games, right?
Yeah, he looked good. I was happy. I'm like, we just got rid of fucking No Hands Brown, so
listen, hey, Hollywood Brown right now in that offense would definitely be better than OBJ, and
you would think Marquise Brown would have been a better wide receiver because his cousin is fucking CTE Brown, but yeah, whatever.
So South Florida boys, man, it's a hotbed down here with these receivers, bro.
And as opposed to when we're talking about the Ravens defense has been, in a sense, our savior this year. Not in just the sense of stopping teams, but in the sense of Lamar doesn't have to play superhero this year. He doesn't have to go out there and make these impossible throws, impossible runs. Like if you notice last year, before the Roquan Smith trade, what did we give up? Three big-time leads to lose games?
Yep.
Okay, me and Jim were sitting in Rudy's. And we're sitting there like, this is great. We're beating Miami Dolphins right now. That one went right out the wall. So this year, I really am comfortable with the Ravens defense. And what I like is that we're back to that really strong safety and a really strong middle linebacker. I mean, you have Roquan Smith. I mean, it's not Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
Yeah.
But Kyle Hamilton, listen, your boy Ryan Clark said himself, Kyle Hamilton this year is a top 3 safety.
Oh, he is.
So it's looking good for us. I mean, you have that Ray Lewis, which is the Roquan, the leader. Mm-hmm. And even bringing it back to the old 2000s Ravens, you guys remember Bart Scott, obviously, who, he wasn't the big guy, but he flew around the field. And that's what we have in Patrick Queen this year. I think he's one of the most improved linebackers in the NFL right now. He looks really good this year, too. And it's actually really scary being a Ravens fan, how many people are going to be up for contracts this year. I mean, him, Matabike, Geno Stone, you know what I'm saying? So it's scary for the Ravens.
Take a look at Lamar's Jackson. So he's playing a very efficient, conservative, kind of game, right? Only 13 passing touchdowns, has run for 5, has only 5 picks because he doesn't need, like you said, to do too much, right? And I think they're kind of conserving him because he could always let it sling. He could sling it still. I mean, we know that he could do that. To me, and what I like about Lamar, bro, is everybody, they get from an inside down here, the local inside and individuals that knew him, that play with him and stuff like that, and that I know closely, they told me that he's one of the hardest working individuals. And you saw that from year 1 to year 2, right? And he keeps doing that every year. You notice every year Lamar Jackson improves on what his weakness has been, right? The passing game. And what he's done. I mean, when you look at the different arm angles he's throwing now, right, to avoid certain sacks, to avoid certain picks, it's huge, right? And I think right now they tell, listen, dude, we had a really good defense. Just don't do enough to fuck up the game. And when we need you, I need you to step up. That's kind of where he's at now. You know what I mean? As opposed to other years.
He's a great magician. You just see him disappear in the pile, and you're like, this dude just got sacked. Nope, here he comes rolling out and then making this pass out of nowhere. He's doing what he needs to do. And I think this is what hurts Lamar's MVP talk sometimes, is people look at stats. And I know, listen, stats are facts. Absolutely. But when the guy is as efficient as he is, he's not turning the ball over as much as he did last year. He's doing something right. The Ravens are winning games, and they're not just winning, and they're not winning close games. They're blowing some of these opponents out. I mean, look at the Detroit Lions game. Look at the Seattle game. They're scoring.
Yeah, no, they are. They are. I mean, let me see. What was the latest game? They played the Texans, right? They beat the Texans 25-9. I mean, they went on a scoring streak with the Bengals, right? They're being skill teams. And they put a dud against the Colts, but then, they destroyed the Browns, all right? A really good defense. And Lamar had an excellent game. Threw for 2 touchdowns, right? 3 sacks, no picks. I'm looking at the highlight games right here. The Lions, fucking annihilation, right? I mean, he didn't do too much. He threw for 3 touchdowns. You got destroyed the Seahawks, right? I mean, Seahawks were over 500. That kind of stuff, right? I mean, you throw the second Browns game in there, which, shit, I don't know what the hell happened there, but, the Bengals, of course, and then, the Chargers, even though the Chargers are not there. But they've stepped up against some good defenses, some good teams, and he's played well. So, again, it's more like I don't want to compare him to Brock Purdy, but they're letting the playmakers make plays because he has more playmakers than he did than just in addition to Mark Andrews, because that was his guy. That's his dude. That's a safety blanket, right? And Mark is the guy that needs to get a statue up there in Baltimore as well when it's all said and done.
He'll be the greatest tight end in Baltimore history for sure.
The only tight end and wide receiver. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, he has the guy that's been his best wide receiver since he's been in the league.
Pretty much. And the thing is that I'm very impressed. I said this the other day to someone. If you watch Mark Andrews, he's not a very fast guy.
He's not.
But his hands, though, the most impressive catch I've seen was that Browns one where he was being held with one hand, dragged to the ground, and still caught the ball. That was the Browns game. Lamar, running out of bounds and threw it. And I'm amazed. The guy, again, he's not quick. And I have a very, I love Mark Andrews. He's a big advocate. He has type 2 or type 1 diabetes, the one that's genetic based. And you see that, he inspires kids all over the world that have that disease, that you could still go out, you could still play, you could still enjoy life. So that's why I love Mark Andrews as a player, not just because of his talent, but just because of what he represents to the community of Belport, of Baltimore, but also the community of kids that suffer from diabetes.
He's a good dude. He's a really good dude, man. He does a lot. He loves the community, man. I'm happy he got paid.
Yeah,
I'm happy he got paid, and he did it without an agent, but he left some money on the table. Not his fault though, but he saved himself the commission though. You know what I'm saying? No, Listen, I agree with you. I think he's going to be a dark horse if he goes on a tear, and the team goes on a tear. The next 4 games? What many games we have left in the season, dude? Because I'm in fantasy league mode.
We have the Jaguars, the Niners, the Miami Dolphins, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we got 4 games left in the season.
I think you could beat the Jags.
Well, you'll definitely beat the Rams tomorrow.
Yeah,
and the Rams. I'm sorry. So
you'll beat the Rams. You'll beat the Rams. I think you'll beat the Jags, even with Lawrence. He's gonna be banged up anyway, high ankle sprain, right? Is that what he has? So he's gonna linger. I think you can beat Miami. Miami doesn't beat over 500 teams. All right, all 3 losses have gone against teams that are over 500. The San Francisco game might be tough. So you might look. You got 5 games? You might go 3-2, and it's okay. You're gonna make the playoffs. You're gonna win the division.
Yeah, because that would put us at 12 and 5, or 12 and 5. 12 and 5. Which you're either going to win the AFC North or you're going to get the first spot in the wild card.
And the way, Jim's Pittsburgh Steelers are playing, and then the Browns, of course, I mean, hey, listen, Joe Flacco threw for 2 touchdowns, bro. That's more touchdowns than DT has had in the last 3 games. So,
some fucking Watson's throwing.
I know. I don't think that makes much difference anyway. But I think, San Francisco is probably your toughest game. The Jags, I think, is 50-50. I think the Jags are good. Shout out to Garrett. No disrespect, dude. But even with Trevor Lawrence struggling throughout the year, and he kind of turned it on. I think they're still a little fugazi in my book because it's a weak division. Because the damn Texans are giving them a run for their fucking money. So
Yes. Even the Colts.
You could, It's like, shit. You're right, man. I was like, crap, man. You thought
even the Colts.
even the Colts. I mean, because they're doing the Colts. You're right. I mean, that's why I like Minshew, bro. Because I mean, he's a gamer. A fucking guy. He doesn't give a shit, and people love playing with that bastard. I'm telling you, I like to call him the new age Ryan Fitzpatrick because he's going to be around for a bunch of teams, and he will be able to start for teams that are going to draft the draft pick, and and they're going to I need you to like play for a couple of years until we develop this guy. That's the kind of guy he is, and he's going to be a backup quarterback like this year. Hey, your number one went down. Let's take the lead. Let's go ahead and let's make it competitive.
Mullet man.
Fitzpatrick's popular because of it. So
yeah,
he was popular here in New York. So
fucking guy, man. He's a trip, and I'm glad that he has like 20 kids. I'm glad that he actually has a job on media too because he's entertaining as hell. Also, he's one of those guys that
I love Fitzpatrick.
He's fun to listen to, man. And you're gonna see him calling games right there eventually in the near future, or having a Sunday in Fox Sports on whoever on the network, up there with the five guys, with what's his name, with Kurt
Menefee.
Yeah, Menefee, all those bums.
Strahan and all. I could see him in the booth replacing Greg Olson if Greg Olson takes the Carolina Panther job.
That's true. Damn, is that really is that an option?
I'm hearing that he could be the favorite to land that job if he wants it.
Wow.
It pretty much is.
I like Greg Olson, but shit, man, to go head coaching, that's like Dan Campbell 2.0, bro. You know what I mean? It's like that's crazy. The fact there's
going to be a lot of coaching vacancies out there. The Chargers got to fucking get rid of this Brad Staley fuck. I mean, this guy.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Brad Staley should have been fired 2 games ago. What does Abuelito mean by this, bro? Does Brandon Duncan Bella is here?
He's sitting in the car listening, and Bella, the fucking dog, is in the car. That little bitch.
What kind of dog is it? Is it a Chihuahua?
No, she's I forget what kind of breed, but she's not a small dog, but she ain't the world's biggest dog either. But she's all bark, no bite.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got a Bichon Poodle, bro. I mean, no knock against that. He's hypoallergenic and shit.
So E-Man, I have a question for you. All right.
What's up?
What's been your biggest surprise this year in the NFL? Like, who just really blew your expectations this year? You love watching them on TV. It could be a player, team. What is that? Who is that for you this year?
Very, very simple. I mentioned it. The Texans overall, and I love C.J. Stroud. I'm not surprised. I thought they were going to be much improved because they had a hell of a draft, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't think DeMeco Ryan was going to be this good on the offensive side. Granted, he got himself the right quarterback, right? And if you look at it, again, Kyle Shanahan is developing all these freaking a factory of head coaches, right, that are emulating a lot of their offense. Difference here is, you see the way they use Singletary on the run, Pierce. And then they have these, the wide receivers, and Nico Collins, who's, by the way, breakout fantasy season and a breakout year. And then Tank Dell, the way they drafted another wide receiver. I just love the way this guy plays as a player. I thought he was going to be good. I called it a few before the season started when they drafted. I said the Panthers made the wrong pick with Bryce Young. I think that's why he just plays the part. Dude, he's up there. He can make every throw. He's accurate as shit. He's mobile, but he's not going to run every single time, right? I like that.
I got to disagree with the Bryce Young one just from this standpoint. Carolina did this kid no favor by not boosting that offensive line. And I think using Frank Reich as the scapegoat was the most asinine thing to do when ownership and the GM didn't put pieces in place to protect this kid. You're gonna see Bryce Young on a milk carton or on the first 48 because he's gonna be fucking dead on some NFL field because they can't protect him. Now, if Bryce Young was in Houston and Stroud was in Carolina, I think we're kind of talking about Bryce Young the way that we're talking about CJ Stroud, only because of the weapons, the offensive line, the defense that Houston does have. Well, Carolina has none of that. That's why Carolina will have the number 1 pick that goes to Chicago again.
Here's the thing. Bryce Young is another Tua. If you don't put a Waddle and a fucking Tyreek Hill in that lineup offensively, right? And you got to do the offensive line, no doubt about it. That's just the quarterback he is, right? He has to have fast guys to hit them in stride like Tua does. You know, you have to have that offense, and unless you do that, you know, that era of small quarterbacks like Drew Brees, it's definitely becoming a thing of the past. Because look at Kyler Murray, right? He has all the tools, all that shit. Just gotta get hurt, right? It's a thing that I think the Panthers would win more games with C.J. Stroud just because of pure size, prototypical kind of quarterback. That's my take. Yes, I don't think he's gonna have as many wins as he does with the Texans because they do have a better makeup. But if you think about it, nobody thought Tank Dell was going to be that good that quickly. A lot of that has to do with C.J. Stroud. Nico Collins having the best season of his career. He's only been in the league, 3 years, I think? 3 years or 4, maybe? He's got to get paid.
Yeah.
A lot of that is C.J. Stroud.
Granted, Noah Brown.
Yeah, Noah Brown. I mean, look at Noah Brown coming out of nowhere. I mean, it's just like, you know, we discuss a lot of fantasy football on my Tuesday show. And my boy Cricket says it's a plethora or a treasure trove of fantasy output from from wide receivers from a team that nobody thought it was going to be this damn good.
No.
I think it's a combination of everything. I think D'Amico Ryan has done a great job as well.
They've had an excellent strategy over the past couple of years. You know, they brought in Laramie Tunzel, who's an all-pro left tackle. Mm-hmm. And then you draft guys last year like Derek Stingley to really start getting that defense going. This year, you bring in Will Anderson to anchor that defensive line. You bring C.J. Stroud in. And then, on top of that, you bring in a veteran tight end like Dalton Schultz.
Absolutely. I forgot about Schultz, bro. I forgot about Schultz.
Was a top 10 tight end over there in Dallas. So now what I love about Houston, okay, is the fact that now it's just going to be more appealing. People aren't going to want to run away from Houston. They're going to want to come play for Houston. That's going to be the beautiful thing about them. They're only going to get better from here. And the thing is, their division is very young. You know, I mean, look at the other quarterbacks in that division. Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence. So that division is going to heat up and become very, very competitive over the next couple of years.
Yep. I'm 100% with you, man. Everybody's going to have to adjust because you're going to have to compete. So, I mean, I'm just hoping that, and he doesn't seem like the type of guy that's into rubbing thugs and shit, at least publicly. So hopefully he won't go the Deshaun Watson route. Houston must be some high-end rubbing thugs, bro. You know what I mean? So it's good. Hopefully the kid doesn't,
Hopefully he doesn't fall into that.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, buddy, pay for the fucking escort service, bro. All right, you have confidentiality agreements, all right, bro. You could afford it.
Stay away from Orchid Angels in fucking like Jupiter, Florida, all right?
Oh, yeah. Stay away from Kraft, dude. All right, he has a problem with that too, even though he could afford to own his own chain.
Stay away from Kraft and don't become best friends with Deshaun Watson because that Microsoft Service tablet, Watson ain't using that to look at police. He's fucking Googling the newest fucking rub and tug hotspot. Fucking Betty Sue's Blow 'em and Go. We love them young and hung spa.
Yeah.
Is where Watson actually has got a notification right now. Watson spotted at fucking Sue Yang's We Love Your Wang spa.
Yeah, he's getting massaged not in the area that he's injured, but in the nether regions.
Whoa! We gotta be careful now, because otherwise we'll get another YouTube comment from another freaking
now we got
bitch and moan.
Yeah, we got OG Rondo, claiming that he fucking now we're bitching at women again.
Yeah, cockbag.
I mean, who knows, bro? I mean, he might be going to transgender fucking rubbing thugs. I mean, the guy can bat both ways. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
And actually, speaking of Kraft, though, because obviously I think the Patriots are done with Mac Jones.
You gotta be.
They should be done with the whole fucking team.
Now, the thing is, where are the Patriots right now in the draft order?
Like top 5.
Yeah, it have to be top 5.
Now, who do you think they go out and grab? I mean, look, Jaden Daniel just won Heisman 2 hours ago. We don't know what's going to happen with Caleb Williams. And I'm going to be honest. I'm a little scared of the Caleb Williams selection wherever he goes. I'm not going to lie to you. The talent is there.
He's a pussy.
The thing that scares me, that and his mindset. Listen, I know you want to take care of your family and all that, but then you're demanding a team give you a part of their team to draft you?
Bro.
Like
Lamar Jackson, all right, has the same issue that any quarterback in Caleb Williams has. He took care of his family, but he's not a pussy. All right,
No.
he's not crying on his mom's arm at the end of the game. All right, because he knows. Like even when this guy was winning the Heisman and it was in Louisville, he was drafted what number? What do you guys drafted him at? 20 or
30, 32, the very last pick. Very last pick.
Yeah, and he showed, and I was one of those. Look, I've been run plenty of times, and I was run with Lamar, right? At the beginning, I called him Tim Tebow 2.0, because that first year, shiny new toy, faster, doing the same things. But when he came out firing year 2, dude, with what he had, I'm like, holy shit, this guy did not only put the work. But, I mean, how can you knock a guy that goes from getting completely owned by the damn Chargers in the playoffs? Granted, took the team further than probably Flacco was right in those 7-game span. Didn't do a lot with his arm to winning the MVP and leading the league in almost every offensive category, like 38 touchdowns, a bunch of fucking receiving. I mean,
the Ravens were 14-2.
Insane.
The Baltimore Ravens with a terrible wide receiver pack.
Exactly.
And it's not like we had the 2000 Ravens defense. We had a good defense.
No.
Like, so it's like that was Lamar.
Yep.
Lamar, 36 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar gets overlooked because he's a running quarterback. And the thing is, it was funny. My friend was an Eagles fan. This was during the Carson Wentz era. He's like, "Oh, see, Lamar's going to be terrible, running quarterback." And I said, "Just watch." Almost every team in the NFL, give it a couple years, will have a running quarterback or a quarterback that can scramble. Who did the Eagles draft in 2 years? Jalen Hurts.
And let me tell you something. Jalen did not improve as much as Lamar did year 1 or year 2.
No.
All right? Let's keep it real. I don't think he did. He did much better after last year when they gave him freaking A.J. Brown and they drafted Devontae Smith. I mean, shit. Those are pretty darn weapons. I would love Lamar to be in that same scenario with those weapons.
Mm-hmm. I agree. 100%.
You know what I mean? So, but no, yeah, Lamar is a dark horse for the MVP, and that dude is like, I'm not licking his balls, but knowing him from down here, he's a really good dude. He's a great player, man, and he deserves a chip, dude. I mean, Jim, I know the Steelers deserves a chip too, man, but God, it's a fucking dumpster fire. I'm telling you, dude, Kenny Pickett gives me Daniel Jones vibes. All right, you might have a good offensive coordinator next year that may do what Dable did with Jones.
I'm fucking praying if this
dude,
is true.
It's third year, bro.
Todd Haley wants to come back. He said if Tomlin calls him, he will come running back. I'm pleading with the Steelers now. Bring back Todd Haley because it can't get any fucking worse. Get an offensive line. You see, here's the problem that the Steelers made in the beginning of the year. You didn't want to start Joey Porter. You didn't want to start fucking Broderick Jones. You didn't want to do this. You didn't want to do that. Well, look what Broderick Jones has been amazing. Yeah, Porter Jr. is a fucking a flag target.
Yep.
But that's to be expected with a rookie secondary player, because the rules from the NCAA to the NFL are completely different. But Joey Porter, if you look at his stats against, say, every top receiver that he's covered, what have they done? They've done nothing. Had you started all these guys in the beginning of the year and fired Matt Canada fucking last year, I don't care that the Steelers pulled miracles out of their ass, game-winning fucking drives. Canada should have never been the offensive coordinator. They would have done better with any one of us three who call plays on fucking Madden. Because who the fuck at the goal line calls fucking 4 verts? Matt Canada does. Because he's an asshole.
Nah, look, the whole makeup of that offense, whatever coordinator you have behind Canada, a quarterback's coach, or whatever assistant position, because they have now assistants for the assistants, right? They have the assistant, whatever title for the offensive coordinator, and then the same thing for the, like Flores was last year for you guys. He was what, like the fucking assistant or special consultant to the.
I call that title the George Costanza.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do here? What is it you do here, George?
I'm the assistant to the traveling director, who's the assistant to George Steinbrenner, who's the assistant to Jen Steinbrenner, who's the assistant to this Steinbrenner.
Hey, or he's the guy from Office Space. What is it you do here, sir? Well, I bring the plans to the engineers. Why? Because they're not people person. What does the engineers take the plans from the customers? Because they're not people person. Yeah, that's that guy from Office Space, bro. So
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think the Steelers got to do something. I mean, when you get a scary stat that even in games you're winning, you're being outgained or out-yarded, whatever. That is not something good to be reflecting on. Like, you guys are winning games purely because of your defense, is what that's saying.
Yeah.
And I even saw, like, it was like a meme or something that said, who's the only guy in the NFL that has less than 5 turnovers? And it said, well, Kenny Pickett. And then a Steelers fan quoted underneath it, yeah, but only has 6 touchdowns. Not really impressive. So,
No, it's not.
Six touchdowns and 4 interceptions is nothing to be, proud of. So I think you guys are going to have to really, like, and I saw your episodes, obviously. So I watch it. E-Man, if you don't know, I tell Jim this. Every single, I think it's Monday or Tuesday. It's every Tuesday morning. I get up, I eat my first meal, I have my breakfast, I go to the gym. On my way to the gym, I'm watching these episodes. I'm watching Fan in the Van. I'm watching all of this, even during my workout. So the thing is that
Thank you, by the way. Thank you for the support, though.
I'm a big supporter. So I thank you for having me on here. I really do appreciate it. So for me, it's just like Jim said, you're going to have to take a look. You got rid of Canada. Now you have to take a look at the next person. So who would the next person be? Are you going to look at Tomlin, or are you looking at Pickett? You're probably going to look at Tomlin next, because if he still doesn't improve, okay, maybe it's Tomlin. We have to get him we're getting him a new offensive coordinator. Maybe it's not the coordinator. Maybe it's the head coach. If it's not the head coach, then it's the player. So, but how far of a line, do we need? How many years do you need before you make that determination that Kenny Pickett is not the player?
Well, you do have to look at Tomlin, because
I think you do. It's time.
Because I said this because when I was doing an episode with Aaron from Brutally Honest last night, I made this comparison, and they're equivalent. Mike Tomlin is the football version of Aaron Boone with the Yankees. It's the same story after a loss. It's the same, it's the same lines, the same bullshit. And eventually, after hearing it for so long, it's like listening to a song that gets outplayed after a while. You just get tired of hearing it. So you have that issue. You have the issues in the locker room. Minka Fitzpatrick, after that loss, if anybody watched the press conference with him, said it best. He goes, you got guys in here that don't want to put in the work because they think we're just going to win because you put on that black and gold jersey, but you're not putting in the work to get the win. And Cam Hayward's come out. He said, listen, if these guys are underperforming, bench them. Fucking bench them. At this point, Tomlin needs to rock the boat, almost Titanic style, but please miss the fucking iceberg, and rock it. Start Mason Rudolph next week against the Colts. I don't give a shit at this point. Do something, because this is not a playoff team. I think if you give Kenny the right coordinator, he'll do fine. But on Kenny's part, he has to execute. The offensive line's got to protect him to let him read through the progressions, because how many times has he missed a wide open Pickens or a wide open Calvin Austin or a wide open Darnell Washington, because he's fucking bombing it to sometimes hands Deontay.
Dude, it's insane. You guys have so much talent offensively, man. It's wild. I mean, I know the offensive line sucks, but your talent that you have, Austin, is nasty.
It's hurting the defense.
Yep.
Because now you're seeing it. Alex Highsmith, concussion protocol. Did the Steelers cheat the concussion protocol with TJ Watt because he's on it now? All this nonsense. And you can't rely on your defense to win you every game. Not for 17 weeks. You can't do it. So this offense has got to be what it was with Ben. And I said it the other day, where when you compare these kids out now that are supposedly the heir apparents to their predecessors, you look at New England. Tom Brady hasn't been there in 3-4 years?
Yep.
He's still the guy. He's still the guy. Ben Roethlisberger's been removed 2 years. He's still the guy in Pittsburgh. Eli Manning's still the guy in New York. Yep. Tom Brady's still the guy in fucking Tampa. He was only there for 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to replace what you once had. I think Lamar can easily replace Joe Flacco.
Oh, fucking A.
Even with one Super Bowl win throughout the course of this contract with Lamar, one Super Bowl solidifies Lamar as the ladder to the next guy that they replace Lamar with.
Dude, and they did. That was 5 years ago. And how long? How long was it between Flacco's Super Bowl? Right? Flacco won 3 or 4 years?
What, after he was drafted? He was drafted in 2007. He won it in 13, so 6 years.
6 years. So think about it. They moved on for their winning quarterback. So, and that's where the part comes in where I think, look, Tomlin is decorated. He probably going to get a coaching job anywhere else in this league, no doubt about it. He'll get picked up. But I think it's time to put him in the same, like you said, Bill Belichick talk, right? He hasn't done anything better to improve after your fucking franchise Hall of Fame quarterback that delivered.
So then that brings up this discussion, and we've had it several times, so we'll get Brandon's outlook on it.
Good.
Tom Brady obviously made Belichick's system look better. He took it, elevated it, and made it better.
Obviously,
right?
after what, 5 years?
So the question is then, did Ben make Tomlin better?
I think so, dude. I think so. I mean, because I don't think Tomlin was making that fucking game-winning throw to what's his name? What was the wide receiver there in the hands at the end to win the Super Bowl?
Antonio Holmes.
Holmes, right? He was doing that shit. I mean, hey, we know how well he played with Plaxico Burress before he fucking shot himself in the dick or some shit like that in a club with a gun, right? You know what I mean? And look, and Plaxico won a Super Bowl with us, all right, and made a huge play in the Super Bowl. I mean, look, that's where it comes in. I mean, he's a great coach, Hall of Fame, bar none, one of the best guys out there that to do it. But it's getting to a point that, like I said about Belichick, I think the game has evolved a little bit, and it hasn't, and they haven't evolved with it from an offensive standpoint, not defense. They're still goats. Because that defense from New England is pretty good. You know what I mean, bro? It's just offensively they haven't been able to develop. And
the one coach that you can give, the one coach you could really give credit to right now, because like you said, if Mike Tomlin doesn't have Big Ben, his system doesn't look good. Why? Because he had Big Ben for his entire career. I mean, Tomlin came in 05, lasted until Big Ben, right? Winning seasons. Never had a losing season in that Big Ben thing. Now, we got to look at Bill Belichick. Again, Tom Brady leaves. He had one good season. So everybody is like, oh, Bill Belichick's got to be great. He has a what? What did they go, 10-6?
Yeah, and they made the play. Yeah, first run out.
Okay, so Belichick still got it. No, because the past 2 years they've been shit now. There's only one coach, in my opinion, as of right now, and it's not John Harbaugh. I love John Harbaugh. I think he's a great coach. He's been great for us. If there's one coach right now in the NFL who's been able to withstand more than one QB, it's that guy over there in Kansas City.
Yeah,
that guy over there in Kansas City. Andy Reid has the most. I think he has the most wins in Philadelphia Eagles history, and now he's got the most wins in Kansas City history. Has brought that team 2 Super Bowls. Almost gave the Eagles their first Super Bowl in a long time. Right now, in my opinion, Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL right now. Doesn't matter how long anybody else has been. I don't care about Bill Belichick. We all know that Tom Brady gave him his rings. Listen. Andy Reid had who? Donovan McNabb. He had Alex Smith in the beginning of his Chiefs career. He's got Patrick Mahomes right now. In my opinion, as of right now, he's made, so at that point you have to say, is it the quarterbacks were really good? Or is it Andy Reid making these quarterbacks good? Because he made 3 of them great. 3 of
Alex
them.
Smith. Alex Smith was like, he was a high pick. But he was a number 1 pick when Andy Reid got a hold of him, right, in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes out of college. Everybody was like, dude, this guy, I can't believe they drafted Patrick Mahomes, right? What was he, like I forget what round he was, but nobody thought Patrick Mahomes was going to do this. But he did put him in a system, right, that fits the skill set of its quarterback. He is a freaking guy that has been able to evolve with the times and is a fucking genius when it comes to offense.
Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you is he's evolved so well, okay? Look at Kansas City Chiefs' first Super Bowl run. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Tyrann Mathieu. They had all these weapons. Then you go into year, I think it's like 2 years later, you don't have Tyrann Mathieu anymore, so you don't have the best safety in the league. You don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. Can they still win a Super Bowl?
Yep.
And answer is, yes, they can. The next time that he's going to be challenged is this year. Can they do it with a shit wide receiver core? If they win the Super Bowl this year, okay, Andy Reid's going to go 10 times harder. What is the last challenge for Andy Reid? Can we win a Super Bowl without Travis Kelce and just Patrick Mahomes? Because Patrick Mahomes is, 28 years old? Kelsey's at 34?
Yep. Yeah.
Kelsey's got maybe, 3-4 years left?
Yeah, not even, man.
That's what I'm saying. So, can they win one without Travis Kelce? At that point, Andy Reid can adapt to any situation, any quarterback, any wide receiver package, any defensive scheme, anything, and he could still win. They were not the favorites to win last year against Philly. Philly had the best defense. Philly was 14-2 or something like that, like a really high record, best record in the NFL. They were not supposed to win. Who was his best wide receiver last year? Patrick Mahomes, Scantling?
No, dude, it was like I always say. Look, it's Travis Kelce and a bunch of plumbers.
Exactly, and yet they won the Super Bowl.
Dude, some of those touchdowns in the second half to Kadarius Toney, that bum. All right,
Tony.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, dude. You got Watts. I mean, he threw some. It's just a scheme that he throws, that misdirection shit, right? That Patrick Mahomes is good at making. Because Patrick Mahomes didn't even break 200 yards passing in the Super Bowl, but he threw for 3 touchdowns. Right? It was all adjustments in the second half, running the right schemes, making the right plays. He is, like you said, he has evolved, and I think he wants another chip, and they eventually they're gonna draft. I mean, I think Rashid Rice is a good piece, not a number one, but I think they eventually got to get somebody else, maybe through the draft or maybe signing. I mean, look, for Pete's sake, dude, he got fucking Juju, that bum, a fucking Super Bowl ring. All right, what is Juju doing this year?
He had a big game Thursday night, of course.
Yeah, well,
he had a good game against his former team.
He's out there doing TikToks again.
So back to the relevancy to the thing is, I think now people are going to start questioning Tomlin. Was it really Tomlin that gave us those winning seasons? No, it was Big Ben. Big Ben was the reason. I mean, listen, Big Ben won with Cowher. He won with Tomlin. He probably could have won with another coach.
No, Big Ben is a special quarterback. I mean, hey, you know, everything. He's a special quarterback. He's one of those guys that he's a gamer. I mean, that dude took a beating as well, man, you know, because of his size, you know. So he's a special quarterback. And you need to have a special quarterback to sustain success in the NFL. And sustaining success is winning 2 Super Bowls and above.
Well, and you know what's the thing about Big Ben? He's in a tier list of himself where he can make offensive coordinators into head coaches. Now, what do I mean by that? Look at these famous hirings. And I know Jim loves Josh McDaniels. Why? Because who made Josh McDaniels look good? Tom Brady. Now let's go. Now who else? Let's revisit the New York Jets 4 years ago. Adam Gase. Who made Adam Gase look good? Peyton Manning.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, if you look at Big Ben's offensive coordinators, some of them actually went on to become head coaches. Just because the quarterback made them look good. That's
none
the
of
problem.
them. None of them
guys.
Pickner got fired.
Matt Canada became a head coach too because he was Tom Brady.
One did. Bruce Arians in Tampa.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. There you go. See.
And Bruce Arians was a joke, but he retired because of health reasons. But he could have still, you know, been the head coach. He's better than Byron Leftwich right now, you know, or anything else, even though last year Brady.
I think Arians retired because of everything with fucking CTE, boy. But
yeah, it was like, fuck that shit.
Fuck this guy. Never. You want to take your jersey off in the middle of the Meadowlands? By all means, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, MetLife. I don't want to offend the New Jersey Jet fans out there.
That's true. That's true, man. Hey, Brandon, listen.
Especially a stadium that you share with the New Jersey Giants, because I don't know why we call them New York, because every time it comes up on the ticker on Fox or CBS, it doesn't say East Rutherford, New York. So go consult a fucking map.
Yeah, you know what it is, bro. There's no room in New York for a football stadium unless you go to Buffalo.
There was years ago in the west side of New York. The Jets could have had their own, but nobody wanted to flip the bill because they're all cheap fucks. That's why.
Dude, if you take the fucking football stadium out of Jersey, what else do they have?
Besides the Devils, they have the Devils. I was gonna say that.
And the fucking, they don't even have a basketball team, right? You know what? If you take that shit,
they got Rutgers football,
bro, it becomes another exit of the fucking New Jersey Turnpike. That's what happens, all right, bro? You know what I mean? That's right now the exit of the Turnpike. I mean, because if you go to Jersey, it's the fucking exit of a highway, bro. All right, that's it. That is swamps and landfills and shit. You know, so.
Oh, and even to get into MetLife, and Rob could tell you, me and Rob went to a fucking Jet game. Oh my God, to try to park is like trying to fucking find Where's Waldo. All these signs everywhere, and it's like, all right, free parking's over here. It's like 6 exits away. What the fuck is that?
Hey, gentlemen, don't mean to be disrespectful here, but keep the conversation because unfortunately,
you broke the seal.
I broke the fucking seal, dude. I gotta take a piss. I've been driving, 4 hours from Universal Studios. Sorry, folks. This is a bathroom break. Hey, I'm gonna leave you with this, and we got to come back after you guys talk about. Let me give you a quick toss up before we go into. Hey, you're staying for douchebag. You're staying for the rest of the show, right, Brandon?
Yes.
Because
I'm here.
Now this is the part that we get fucking like nailed in the comments. All right, douchebag of the week, dumbass of the week. We got a new segment called Down the Rabbit Hole. This is Jim's favorite time of the day right here, man. You know what I mean, dude? It's like he loves pissing people off. So,
Brandon knows he worked with me for like a fucking year. He knows I love to piss everybody off, and he knows I get pissed off.
So put it this way, right? I got to throw a toss up real quick because I'm not going to be involved in it. But best quarterback in both of you guys' franchise. That's gonna be easy.
Ooh.
Wait, so we're naming it in each other's franchises, like when we think of the Ravens and Steelers, or just of our own teams?
I think just our franchises in general. Right now, Bradshaw's got 4 Super Bowls, but Ben's eclipsed him just because of stats and longevity.
I do have to agree with you. I mean, obviously, with the Steelers, you do have to. I think you have to say Big Ben. You do. I mean, the Steelers were just heading into mediocrity, before Big Ben came in. I mean, Big Ben won a Super Bowl in his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
No, I think it was the second. I think it was the second year, and probably one of the worst Super Bowls ever fucking watched, other than the blowout with the friggin' Broncos and
Seahawks. That was awful. I mean, listen, mine's only a toss up between Lamar and Joe because they're the most relevant Ravens quarterbacks. One won a Super Bowl, and the other one actually won the franchise's first MVP, as well as Flacco never made a Pro Bowl. Lamar has been an All-Pro. Lamar has been to the Pro Bowl twice. I think
you almost have to go Lamar and that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Lamar. Absolutely. As much
you could put Lamar like how people tried to say Flacco was elite. Flacco was a decent quarterback, but nowhere in the conversation should he be elite. Whereas Lamar, if he continues this play for the next year or two, you're talking about in a top 5 elite quarterbacks right now. Lamar's in there. Right now, Lamar is knocking at the door, and he's about to kick it the fuck in.
Lamar, year 2, with your Super Bowl win, any of the 2 Super Bowl teams, any of the 2 Super Bowl wins, Flacco or the ones who kicked our Giants' ass with Collins, you put them in any of those 2 teams. Year 2 Lamar. Come on.
Oh, year 2 Lamar is
year 2 Lamar. Year 2 Lamar. Even Lamar now doesn't matter. I'm talking about year 2 Lamar.
Yeah. I mean, they blew out the Giants in that Super Bowl, but that was with Trent Dilfer. Imagine a running quarterback.
Exactly. My boy Kerry Collins was in the house, baby. Fucking crackhead.
That was an anomaly back then to have a running quarterback. And the thing is that quarterbacks didn't have speed like that yet. Like Michael Vick was like that first.
It was Michael Vick. Yeah.
Cordell Stewart had it.
Yeah, Cordell Stewart couldn't throw for shit, dude. Lamar, Cordell Stewart was a fucking punt returner, bro. You know what I'm saying? Turned quarterback. That's what it was.
But he had the speed. He had the arm.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Cordell Stewart was a guy who was ahead of his time. Because if you put Cordell Stewart in the league now,
bro, PJ Walker. He's PJ Walker, bro. He's starting games.
PJ Walker just got released. I think The Rock and XFL and USFL combined are going to sign him.
Dude, they have to, bro.
And he's going to wind up playing for the Montana Jerkoffs.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, though. I think if I had to say greatest quarterback in Ravens history right now, it is Lamar. It really is. And Lamar's young. Like, the thing is that, again, so many people shit on the guy. But again, the guy had like the most wins of anyone under 25 years old. He had 50 wins by the time he was 25.
I would like tickle his balls, bro, if he comes to the Giants right now, dude. You know what I'm saying, dude? I go out there, give him a fucking freebie, bro. No homo, but fuck, if we gotta get him to the Giants, shit, man. Make believe I'm in jail or some shit like that, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I was so ready to just say
I would just point him in the direction of Flushing, Queens for a ball tickle, if you know what I mean.
I haven't been in Flushing, Queens in a very long time, dude. All right, I've been back to New York a shitload of times after I moved here. And
I got another notification. Deshaun Watson spotted in Flushing, Queens. Oh, I know what you're doing. Sean, you
Well, hey,
fucking.
no. He's actually, if he was in Queens, he was probably in Roosevelt Avenue, right? Chicas. I don't know if you've ever been around there, bro. Where they back in the day, bro. Look, I'm not trying to say, but you got the Mexicans giving you the fucking tickets. Chicas. It has a fucking address on there. You went to the address, and then hey, you got $25, bro. You got $25, your boy. 5 o'clock in the morning, you're staying real, baby.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be my answer. Even if, and I know me and Jim just talked about even the Steelers. I still have to say Big Ben.
Me too.
And
you have Hall of Famers, but Big Ben.
And their history's a lot bigger than ours. So, with the Ravens have only been around for 20 years. If you say Baltimore in general, you probably got to say Johnny Unitas at that point. And that's a surprise to people. People forget about the Baltimore Colts. And Johnny Unitas, Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's stick with the Ravens name. Yeah, it's Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Let's stick with the Ravens. Just, you know what I'm saying? Dude, it's like, it's like the Browns, right? What the fuck? The Browns been around all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? So it's like...
It's funny because I make fun of my brother for that. He's a big Colts fan. I'm like, yeah, but your greatest quarterback never considered himself an Indianapolis Colt.
No.
But he did consider himself a Baltimore player, though. Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, it came with the stats came with Baltimore. You know what I mean? So
and here's the other great thing. Did you know that Johnny Unitas and Lamar Jackson are the only two Heisman winners from Louisville? Did you know that? Johnny Unitas was in Louisville. Yeah, Johnny Unitas was a Louisville player as well. Mm-hmm.
Then he's fucking destined to win a chip, bro.
He's gotta. I'm telling you. I remember seeing the Ravens win it in 2013. I was the only Ravens fan sitting in the room, sitting in the middle of the crowd with my jersey on, screaming at the top of my lungs while everybody else is cheering on Kaepernick.
But dude, honestly, yeah, and everybody was saying that. Yeah, no, the better brother was
Jim.
Yeah, and I don't think so.
No. Mm-mm. Jim got lucky because Colin was athletic.
But what the fuck happened after that, right? That's it. Everybody caught on to what Kaepernick could do. That's the thing. It's the NFL, dude. You catch lightning in a bottle, right? But you keep forgetting you got professionals who get paid a lot of money to scheme against it. That's why I love Lamar Jackson from that standpoint. People caught on to his shit, and he went into the lab and worked on his game to make sure that he wasn't just that typecast quarterback. That's why I love. I mean, year 2 was huge. Right? And every year after year, people like, dude, he keeps developing that part of his game every year. It's not like he hasn't stopped. Every year you see something new that he works on. That's why I love the kid. He's a hard worker. And I'm telling you, everybody knows him from high school down here in Boynton Beach, Florida, from college as well. Every year this guy goes to work, man. He doesn't take summers off. I mean, he does every single summer. He's working out there, man. He's doing sessions. He has a lot of trainers. He knows what he needs to do in order to keep making money in this league. And that's I mean, I'm telling you, I compare every quarterback that comes out of college with the same skill set, right, to Lamar Jackson. I compare Jalen Hurts to him. Everybody was telling me the same thing about, Fields. No, okay, you want to put Fields in the same conversation? No way in fucking hell, because he hasn't done shit. All right, in year 2, year 3, to call himself a quarterback that deserves to be a starting quarterback in this league.
Well, exactly. And here's the other thing. You could definitely tell I watched this show too, because I think this was either last week or the week before, where even Jim said it himself. He's like, listen, I thought they would have figured all Lamar's tricks out by year 2 or year 3. They haven't.
No.
They haven't. No. And the thing is that if you noticed, he was a lot smaller when he came into the league. And I remember seeing this last year.
He beefed up. He beefed up.
Yes. And he could actually take hits now.
And he's sliding.
And he's being smart. That's what I love about Lamar this year. His IQ is so much higher. Yeah, he doesn't have 30 touchdowns and all this and 6,000 yards, but who cares? He's winning games. He's winning games.
It's not just all on him, right? The defense doing his part. He has playmakers that allow him to make plays. And as little as OBJ has been, I hate that motherfucker. But anyway, as little as OBJ has been in there, he's still a piece, right? Think about this, right? Go back to Kansas City. It's Kelsey and a bunch of plumbers. You have now Mark Andrews, your biggest target, right? When he's healthy, he's unstoppable. Zay Flower now is that other guy that he has a relief valve, right? When everybody's focusing on Andrews. But OBJ still can get open, as much as I can stand that guy, and still become a problem. Right now, if fucking Bateman just plays a little bit better and they get the ball more to him if he gets open. The problem is Bateman not getting himself open as much as he could.
No.
I think you're also going to have a guy that's another weapon when you're playing a close game. So he has multiple options right now.
And the thing that I love too is that even though Baltimore, they got rid of, I can't even remember his name, our offensive coordinator from last year, we got rid of him. Thank God.
But it's a good thing.
Baltimore hasn't strayed too far away from their attack plan. But what I love is they come at you from different angles. They don't just have guys that are going to run up the middle. I mean, listen, I was upset when J.K. Dobbins got hurt because he was electric in his first season. But seeing Gus Bus and then Keaton Mitchell, this guy shoots out of a cannon. He's so damn fast.
Dude, even Justin Hill. I mean, it's like you run the football with three running backs. Fuck it up.
I mean, exactly. Didn't Gus Edwards had 10 touchdowns in 4 games?
On fire, bro. That guy got on a fucking streak. I lost him.
And then like I said, and then it's scary because you have a receiving back in Justice Hill. Mm-hmm. You have Keaton Mitchell, who's a speedster, and then you have Gus, who
Keaton can catch it too. Mitchell can catch it all.
It's amazing. The Ravens team is just all around. It can be a juggernaut. I think they're missing one offensive piece.
Yep.
One. I think we're that one. Just like when Jalen got AJ Brown, that completed their offense. I think the Ravens are one elite wide receiver away from being the juggernaut of the AFC. And here's the sad thing. And I was going to say this before when we were talking about the Steelers. The Steelers have to be worried because, as you know, the AFC North for years has been one of the toughest divisions in football. It's never really been a joke, And then a couple years ago, you draft Joe Burrow. And as much as everybody hates Watson, I hate Watson, the Browns look good. Watson's going to be there just able to do enough to get them the win, where the defense is number 1 in the nation. But the thing is that with the Steelers, they have to get better because that AFC North is not going anywhere.
No.
You have Lamar Jackson. You got Joe Burrow. And the thing is that each team is either going to get worse or they're going to get better. I mean, listen, I think Cincinnati is not going to be the same next year. Reason being, we all know T. Higgins is going to get that deal just like Christian Kirk, just like Zay Jones. He's going to be out somewhere. Look at a team right now that doesn't have a true number 1. And T. Higgins will be the highest paid wide receiver on that team next year.
Here's the thing. You're going to have to pay either Higgins or Jamar. The fuck you're going to pay Jamar. All right? You can't pay both. You can't pay both. It is what it is.
It's going to hurt Cincinnati, too, because you're not going to have that dual threat wide receiver that you had. Jamar Chase will get double teamed. That's what happened with Baltimore last year when they had no wide receivers and Mark Andrews was double teamed. That's what makes Baltimore more dangerous this year. Before Andrews got hurt, you couldn't double team Andrews anymore because then you had Zay Flowers. OBJ is not the same player from 10 years ago, but he's still a threat. He can still catch the ball. He can still run. You know what I'm saying? Lamar is a threat on his own. So that's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh is going to have to make some vast improvements. Get that offensive coordinator, figure out your Tomlin situation, figure out Kenny Pickett, because this North Division is the best division in football and one of the youngest. No quarterback in there, starting quarterback, is over 30 years old right now. I think even Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson's 28 or 29 years old. So that's what I'm saying. Pittsburgh has to play catch-up right now. They got to.
What Pittsburgh has to do is Pittsburgh's got it. Pittsburgh, like the Yankees, do things very archaic, and they have to break away from it. I compared it last night to the Steelers want to go to a sleepover 2 doors down, but they're afraid to go to one around the block because they're uncomfortable with it. And you have to break away from that. And I don't know how you do it. Omar Khan is slowly doing that, but you have to literally just kick the fucking door in and just say, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're going to overspend for this guy. You know what? T. Higgins is available. You know what? Let's fucking get him. Restructure this deal, this deal, this deal. Let's go get him. If there's a fucking defensive end or an offensive lineman you love in the draft, if you got to give up 3 years worth of 2 first-rounders and a second-rounder, go fucking do it. Do something, because what's going to happen is eventually, and I hate to say it, Cleveland will, unfortunately, whether it's Watson or it's another quarterback, they're going to become a legitimate threat. Baltimore has always been there as that legitimate threat, whether it was Flacco, now Lamar. Cincinnati wasn't, because Andy Dalton would always choke in the big one, because that's what Red Rifles do. And now you have Joe Burrow. When he's healthy, he's fucking dangerous. Yep. The Steelers are, just like in their games, they always got to play catch up, and they're doing it off the field as well. They have to break this archaic way of doing things. The Rooneys have to stop being cheap, and they have to spend money. It takes money to make money. If you're going to put out a mediocre product, and this is in any sport with any team, what's going to happen? You're going to lose the fan base. There's going to be there's not going to be anybody in the seats. You're going to lose money on your TV deal. You're going to lose revenue money. You're going to lose jersey sales or any fucking sale for that matter. And so it's more than just on the field. It's off the field where they have to play catch up. And I hate to say it because, I'll ride or die with this team till I'm literally fucking dead or alive enough to see the Fast and the Furious fucking 35 where Toretto's fucking racing people in Segways with fucking turbochargers on them. But they got to change the way they do things, and maybe this is part of why it's a Tomlin problem. But if Steeler fans or non-Steeler fans think that the Steelers are going to fire Tomlin, they're going to let Tomlin walk on Tomlin's accord. They're going to let Tomlin walk out his way because he's earned that. You don't have to fire him from the organization. You could put him in as like an assistant GM. You could put him in football operations because even though I think Tomlin, like Belichick, they're not evolving with the game, and I think the game has passed them both by. Because look at coaches like Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, Zach Taylor, who's another young coach out there? Even Kevin O'Connell in friggin' Minnesota. They're all evolving with the game. This is a young man's coaching game now because of the style of play that it is. This isn't that 70s, 80s, late 90s, early 2000s football where it's ground and pound like the Steelers have been known to do. This is now a pass-happy league because of quarterbacks like Big Ben, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Eli Manning. The list goes on. That's what this has become, and Tomlin doesn't realize it. Tomlin's stuck in that 04-05 era, and you could give Tomlin credit for the first Super Bowl ring that he had, but let's be honest. Those were Bill Cowher's guys.
Yep.
That was nobody that Mike Tomlin brought in. And it's the same thing with the Yankees with Joe Torre. Those are all Buck Showalter, Gene Stick Michael guys. And that's why people watching are probably confused. How are you comparing one to the other? Because they're so parallel. That's why.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's
all right,
exactly
boys.
it. And like I said, when you see that AFC North just constantly evolving, I mean, on my last point about the Ravens, they went out and made the coaching changes they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Marty Mortonweek wasn't doing it anymore. So who do they bring in? Mike McDonald from Michigan under Jim Harbaugh. And look what he's doing this year. The number one scoring defense. The number one in turnovers. Look at the offense. Todd Monken, who led the Georgia Bulldogs for the past 2 seasons. They're making the changes needed, whereas Mike Tomlin was sitting happy with Matt Canada every week for how many seasons? The only thing that saved Canada's career was the fact that he was coaching Big Ben for how many years? That was the only thing that
we only coached him 1 year, and Ben came out and even said it. He said, it's like Canada didn't want me to work with him. It's like Canada didn't want me around, and Canada was like not giving Ben the autonomy that he has deserved. Agreed. So Matt Canada was a true cancer in that organization because even players have come out, assistants to Canada came out, and they said Canada wouldn't let us be involved in anything. It was Matt Canada calls to play or it's nothing. And that's why you saw on the sidelines, like you go for it 4th and 1, and Najee is going to Tomlin like, 4th and 1, just give me a Jalen Warren the rock. And no, this is what Matt wants. Since when does the offensive coordinator have say over the head coach? If I'm Tomlin, who's Omar Epps' fucking doppelganger, by the way,
that's true.
I'd be like, no, fuck bag. I'm the head coach. It's 4th and 1. Analytically, even though some of us can't stand analytics, but analytically, 4th and 1, you either fucking push the D-line back, sneak it with your QB, or run it in with your fucking beast of a running back, which is now Najee and Jalen Warren.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I like that Homer Epps comparison there, dude. I mean, Tomlin's age well, by the way. That dude is age well. He's aged a lot better than I have. Fucking the guy's like probably 10 years older than I am. All right, boys. Well, listen. Now we got to move to the part of the program here, man, where we get a little, we get a little freestyle over here. Now we're gonna start because the douchebag of the week and the dumbass of the week are kind of combined here. But we're gonna start with Jim's douchebag of the week, and I know you've seen this part over here. So let me cue the intro, and we're gonna go to at this next. What the hell did I got too many videos that I gotta cue the intro here for? Let me see here. My bad, guys. Fuck, where's the damn dumbass? Shit, did I delete this? No, I did not. Damn, I can't find the intro video for the dumbest of the week. It's been a long day, guys. I was in Orlando, Florida, and I drove here the same day. We did a little vacation with my kid, and I'm like so fucking lost. Shit, man. I know I have it here. Where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. Ready? The douchebag of the week.
You're a douchebag. 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 You're a douchebag. Douchebag.
Jim douchebag of the week, my friend. We're gonna slide this down to our boy Von Miller. I know it has been a couple of weeks since this happened, but man, what's up with these athletes, bro, and domestic violence, dude? Whether you're married or not, it's no place for this shit, dude.
Nope.
Especially your pregnant girlfriend. All right, dude, I don't care if she's a girlfriend or not. You just cannot. I don't care, even if he just laid a hand on her. Whatever the reports were that he pushed her, and then whatever the case may be, and then he gave himself up as soon as this came out public. Even though they probably made up already and all that shit, but there's no room for this. Jim, I know how you feel about domestic abuse here, my friend. It's these players don't fucking get it.
No, they don't, and it's not just an NFL problem. It's not a Major League Baseball problem. It's not an NBA problem. It's not an NHL problem. It's a human problem. Is what it really is, because even outside of sports, you see it every day, whether it's reported or not. The only reason why it gets made a bigger deal with sports is because sports takes over everything.
Yeah.
And for Von Miller to say, well, what did he say? I hit my birthing partner or whatever it was.
That was the sources that reported it. That was the sources that reported it.
Come on, man. Just, you know what, Von Miller, you're better than that. I always tell people, I've even told people that I know that I don't talk to anymore. If you're in a situation like this, I don't care what the woman's saying or vice versa. Whether it's the woman who instigates it, the guy that instigates it, doesn't matter, because you got to look at it from both sides of the spectrum. I just don't want to say that all men hit their significant others, because women do it as well. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but just walk away. Doesn't matter if the guy's calling you a bitch, a pussy, whatever it is, or the woman's calling you a bitch or a pussy. You could have saved yourself from all this legal bullshit that now you're gonna have to deal with in the off season.
Yep.
If you just walk the fuck away. That's all you had to do, is just go, you know what? I'm gonna take a drive somewhere until cooler heads prevail. Then we could sit and talk. You don't have to sit there, whether you poked at her chest, flung her down a flight of stairs, kicked her in the ass, whatever he did, because we don't know how he hit her, and honestly, I don't want to know. But you're just a douchebag. You're an asshole for that. And then the Bills are douchebags, because I wouldn't have let him play.
I agree.
Yep. That's the other part. I mean, how many players, and let's go back to Ray Rice, right? Let's go back to other individuals who've been in that situation and gone
immediately. Didn't even play a down after that.
Ever.
He was released by the Ravens right after that.
In his prime. A Pro Bowler in his prime.
27 or 28 years old. Had the world in front of him, and that ruined it for him. But that's also just being a classy organization. They don't stand by it. And that was actually going to be my question, is what did you guys think about the Bills allowing him to play after that? But you guys just gave the answer.
Yeah, no, honestly, there's no room for that. I mean, other people have gotten the same medicine, but this guy, what? Because, they want to make the playoffs, one thing. I mean, I don't care if this guy's won a Super Bowl with Denver and whatever the case may be. I mean, shit, dude.
Here's the perfect team that does this. Here's the perfect team that does this. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I remember Kareem Hunt, right? Thinking that he was part of fucking Cobra Kai in a fucking in a hotel hallway.
Forgot about Kareem Hunt.
Again, doesn't matter what she said to you, whether she called you the N-word or not. I don't give two flying fucks. You don't put your hand on a woman. All right, that's one. Who signed Kareem Hunt after all that?
Your team, bro.
Okay, exactly. The world's most classless fucking franchise signs fucking women hitters and fucking predators. That's all you need to know.
Absolutely.
That's all you need to fucking know about that.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, Brandon, get back in, man. I'll let you back in. He probably hit the exit button or some shit like that by accident.
Probably.
But no, I'm with you 100%, dude. There's no place for this in real life. There's no place for this in sports. No place for this in the real world. And look, everybody gets a whole bunch of shit out of here. At the end of the day, there we go, buddy. You're back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Everything just went blank. Sorry.
It's the Wi-Fi, bro. The Wi-Fi. Blame that shit on the Wi-Fi, bro. It's the government watching. That's what it is, man. You were gonna say something. They were gonna.
Anyway. Being watched. There we go.
Yeah, you're being watched. Big Brother is in the house, bro. But no, you're right. We don't feel this way, and I think the team is just taking a really easy cop out because they're paying this guy so much freaking money. But look, Kareem Hunt is it's a great example. He was with Kansas City, right? When Kansas City was the prime, and you think they cared about, you know what I mean? Without any say. And the prime, like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Again, the organization matters as well, and the organization right here is. I don't care if they're going to make the Super Bowl or the playoffs, even though the Bills are dead anyway. Save some pain, drop them down. That's what they're working on. It's a fine.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, if I'm the Bills, I would have suspended them the rest of the year.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Because
right?
how many guys you see that don't do this, and we can use two guys as prime examples. Josh Gordon, Martavius Bryant.
Oh, man.
That gets these ridiculous suspensions. Like, Martavius Bryant was indefinitely suspended by the league. Josh Gordon was suspended, like, every fucking season because he was smoking pot. These guys go out and beat the shit out of women, and Roger Goodell does nothing about it. You see him get 4-game suspensions reduced to 2. You see guys getting blackballed. Colin Kaepernick could come out and say he was blackballed by the NFL. But Colin Kaepernick wasn't the first player to be blackballed by the NFL because it was fucking Ray Rice. Let's just be real about that.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And
go ahead, Brendan.
Well, and the saddest thing too is that you look at Von Miller, who's been around since 2012, 2013.
Yeah, he's a veteran,
and he's just been a classy guy this whole time. So when you see something like this, it really does. It just takes you by storm. You know what I mean? Because I'm sorry, but Von Miller, you look at it, just a happy guy, one of the best players in the league.
Yep.
You're like, you get surprised by something like this.
One of the most marketable guys. Yeah.
Yeah. The big smile, the little stupid dog tail thing hair he had.
Yeah, at one point, glasses.
A Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
Nonetheless,
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you had the whole world, and then you go and do something stupid. The thing is that athletes need to realize your life is under a microscope.
It is. If you don't want to be
looking for a reason to get you in trouble. I mean, trust me, as an entertainer myself, you have to understand that. Like, you have to be clean, whether you're in front of the camera, behind the camera, it doesn't matter. You have to stay clean because one little thing that squeaks out could ruin your career.
Very simple. You could keep it real and share your thoughts, right, and not be a sellout, but don't keep it real with your hands, especially when it comes to a female, all right? Let alone a pregnant one. So,
yeah.
Because at this point, dude, you're committing kind of like, I don't know, you do have a life in that other woman's stomach, so you're committing kind of like a felony here against 2 people. So the fuck out of here. If you really care about what kind of father you're going to be, man,
it's disgusting.
Not only that, too, he's allowed to be bonded, bailed out because of who he is. If any one of us 3 did that,
fuck no, dude.
You think we're getting bail? No. And this is something where, listen, again, people that are in jail for the dumbest shit they did, what's the one thing they will fucking kill you over in jail?
Killing kids. Anything that's kid involved.
Yep.
Kid involved or hitting another woman.
Yep.
They will fucking gang rape you and then fucking kill you. So
it'll be the 7 train being ran on you. So
Bob Miller would be gas pumps if he was a regular person.
And we're staying on Von Miller here because just the publications that reported this on Twitter and some of the stuff like that. Again, dude, this really chaps my ass. And for that being said, that's why they're also my dumbass of the week. Certain publications that reported this, first and foremost. Let me cue the intro.
Dumbass. 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 Dumbass.
And dude, this is not about politics at all. Don't fucking come at me. Fight, or whatever the fuck it is. Don't tell me when you report this and the NFL is as fucking guilty of this shit is, or the Washington Post, that he was arrested for assaulting a pregnant person. I'm sorry, guys. I am not gonna go to this rabbit hole, but only the person that's pregnant is a fucking woman. All right, and this pisses me off every single time. It has nothing to do with narratives or anything else. Dude, this is fucking male and female. Female is the only person to get pregnant, all right? I don't give a shit what do you identify as, whether you identify as a man or a woman. But if a man identifies as a woman, that person can't get pregnant. So I don't give a fuck, all right? It's a female. Let's keep it real. Let's keep the narratives out. Let's keep the fucking cancel culture out of this shit.
Report the news the way you're supposed to. It just fucking beats the shit out of me. It pisses me off how this world now, it likes to minimize the role of a woman, which is one of the most important things a woman does in life is creating life, is birthing life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, brother, none of us will be here without our mothers raising every single one of us. Our pops were making the money, but our mother was the one that were raising us to be the men that we are today at the end of the day, because they were the ones taking the bulk of the fucking raising, okay? So don't minimize bullshit.
I'm a proud mama's boy, so I stand by what you say. Big time. Call her every single day. I agree.
When I hear this shit, a pregnant person, no, fuck that, bro. Don't stop minimizing the role of a woman, dude. It's bullshit. This nowadays is like, fuck the politically correct shit. Come on. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. That just pisses me off, dude. It's an insult to my mother. It's an insult to my wife. It's an insult to every mother out there, bad, good, or indifferent. Even the biggest fucking crackhead mom in the world. At the end of the day, bro, that's her soul. That's one of the main purposes in life is to procreate and then raise the future leaders of this fucking world. A person cannot do that because a man cannot do that. A man cannot birth the fucking guy and raise him, all right, or a kid. So come on. I don't care what that person identifies of. Yeah, dude. Let's keep it real, bro. A pregnant fucking woman. Just put woman next to person, all right? And I don't want to hear birthing person either. I'll fucking slap you in the face if I ever see anybody saying that shit in front of me.
I fucking Johnny Lawrence kick him in the fucking throat.
That's true. That's true. We're probably gonna have OG Rondo commenting on this shit too, because now we're insulting another community.
Fuck that fucking chooch bag. OG Rondo, I hope you're fucking watching, you fucking puss bags. I really hope you are. You're a fucking. You know what? You know what? I kind of hope you're not, but I also hope you are, because maybe this part of the episode, maybe you'll realize, oh, wow, they can actually talk serious. Oh, wow, maybe I should delete my comment off of fucking YouTube. Oh, maybe I owe these two guys an apology. How about that, OG Rondo? But you know what my response will be? I'll go back to the fucking late 90s, early 2000s WWE. I got two words for you. Suck it.
There you go, bro. X generation. The Generation X. That's the last time I watched wrestling anyway. So we're real men actually were in it. Anyway, so hey, I see the comments about the flow. Guys, so let's finish up the show with a new segment I like to call Down the Rabbit Hole. You know, it's Jim and I share a lot of videos with each other on TikTok and all that shit. We got to kind of like go through this shit and some funny stuff. This kind of ended in a light version of it. And I actually created an intro for this one too, bro. So next segment, we got to react to some funny ass shit online called Down the Rabbit Hole.
I love that fucking intro. I fucking love it.
Oh my god!
All right, let me go to my account here real quick, man. I went and I favored a couple. We're gonna go back to probably over here. Let's start with oh man, it's fucking funny as shit, dude. Let's start with our boys, man. I mean, these guys have been killing it.
Let's go. What's up? What's up, fellas? We're just gonna do the regular 2 large Italians, 3 large roast beef 3-ways, and 2 ham and cheese calzones.
2 Sicilians. I'm gonna need some pizza.
Yeah, add a pepperoni on that.
All right, let me ask you a question. Who the fuck are you two feeding?
Fucking army.
I got my daughter in the car.
It's for the kids.
It's for the fucking cavalry.
Yeah,
that's
that's
who
what
it's
it's
for.
On lunch break,
Yeah,
asshole.
are you?
Yeah,
How
I
about
am.
you take a break from lunch for a change?
I'm union. I'm fucking union.
He's fucking man's union with his. Let me ask you a question. What union you in? What union you in?
Fucking shiny hard hat. He ain't union. He ain't fucking union. I'm local 1. Yeah, local 1.
Right. With Vinny?
No, with Johnny. Johnny Capers.
You know Johnny fucking
I'm with Johnny
Capers.
Capers, so you guys better move your fucking asses and get my fucking sandwiches
Let
done.
me ask you a question. You know Johnny Capers?
You know Johnny Capers. Johnny Capers is my fucking second cousin. So go get the fucking shit done, or I'm gonna go back to him with a bad report. You want him to go back with a bad report? All right, I'm gonna go back with a bad.
You can't tell Capers nothing. Don't tell Capers nothing.
Fucking prick.
These fucking guys are hilarious, man. And,
Oh my
and
God.
they're blowing up, man. They're definitely blowing up with their shit. I was just, did you guys ever hear it okay? Because I was a little low on my end.
No, I heard it pretty well.
Oh man, these fucking guys from Boston and New York, man, they're fucking hilarious, dude. Especially the deli guys, man. They're a piece of work. They're definitely a piece of work, man. And it's funny because their guys so much notoriety. Look at this one here with this guy. I love the way the guy makes food, bro. He's fucking
Hey, you
hilarious.
heard about Tommy Cutlets? Tommy Cutlets? Somebody say Tommy Cutlets? Tommy Cutlets? A little Italian there, we got a little vodka sauce. What's the thing? I know we kicked him out last month. I don't know. Hey, come on, the garlic bread. Garlic bread. You got the garlic bread? Yeah. Fried raviolis going on. Fried raviolis. Now you're talking my language, Frankie. Now you're talking my language. And the cutlets going on. Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy? How you get cutlets with no Tommy? You got Jesus. And the fresh moozzie going on. Little boys. Little boys. So what, Frankie? No ziti now? No ziti now? Now that's the ziti. That's a ziti. The ziti
That's
that
a good
for my
fucking ziti.
entire life, Frankie. It will spill. What are you gonna do? Put it back in. Got the sauce going on, fellas. He's got the spicy vodka. Let me tell you, Frankie, I'm gonna be stuck to the toilet bowl for 3 weeks after tonight. Okay? It's working. No, take the thumbs in advance. It's working. Fellas, we're gonna cut it up, baby. I need help. Frankie, watch your fingers. I can't see. Oh, spicy vodka. Oh, my glasses. Watch your fingers, huh? Chicken cutlets for Tommy Cutlets. Tommy, we need 4 on the arm. We need 4 what? 4 tickets. What do you think? Tommy, cut the shit. Send him our way. That's 4 still alive. Now you heard about
Oh shit, man.
Makes me so proud to be Italian.
Man, look, Tommy's bringing the flashback, bro. You know, he's putting the community out there all over again, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I think nobody has done more for Italians than Tony Soprano, bro, than Tommy Cutler. You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh man, let me see here. Let's see what else we got. Hold on a second. I'm gonna play the. I'm gonna skip some of these. I'm gonna play this Butt Light one, bro. It's fucking hilarious. The one you sent me over the other day, right here. This guy's shit funny.
What Bud Light stand for?
Bitch, you don't like it? Go home then, bitch.
What Bud Light stand for?
Bitch, you don't like it? Go home then, bitch.
This guy may actually save Butt Light. All right, bro. I think this guy may actually save Butt Light from coming back after the fucking fiasco. And I fucking hit some shit over here. Just based on this, the marketing department should hire this guy to get their drinkers back. All right, they should look at that dude and hire his ass back. All right, in order to get campaign coming and people buying Bud Light all over again after the year that they have. All right, let me see what else we got here. I kind of exited a mistake. All right, let's go to I'm not gonna play the fucking geek over here because that's just a little too long. But you want to do one more from? You want to do a little sports oriented one here? Let's do. You want to do some Eagles and there you go.
Whatever you click on, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm easy going.
Oh man. Here, let's see. Now, Jim, you sent me a couple, right? That were pretty fucking hardcore here. I gotta look.
Oh, I've sent you fucking plenty.
I know we have a shitload. Let me go look here. You got to see the interaction between me and Jim here. We have a lot of shit. Oh, here, this is funny as fuck. Ready? I mean, it kind of sounds like Robert Saleh and what's his name, right? Pretty much. And let's do this for last here. You ready for Geno Smith? This is pretty funny. You know, Geno Smith owes what's his name a shitload of fucking thanks. Did I play? Did I share that one? I don't think it showed on the screen. Did it?
No.
Oh fuck! You guys should have told me that, man. God damn it! Oh shit! Sorry, bro. Fucking God, I cannot do that, dude. I gotta go to church tomorrow. Fucking A. I will play it again. Hold on a second. Yeah, gee.
You play too much.
Is it showing now?
I gotta live here, and you don't. Don't be getting it. You gonna get me in trouble. Get out the way. Move. Just move. Shit. I was just trying to help your scary ass.
Fucking hit my dog, this thing.
Geno Smith owes that man his career, dude, and his bank account.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith owed Pete Carroll his fucking career and his bank account. So, I don't know. Imagine if Geno had never landed in the Seahawks at that particular year, last year, after Russell left. Pete Carroll is definitely the same. That's another guy that also has evolved with the times when it comes to offense.
I think the thing, though, is that he'll be forever tainted by that Super Bowl call in which he decided to throw rather than give to Marshawn Lynch on that 5-yard line. I think that's the only reason why I just feel like Pete Carroll's a little tainted because of that.
He is. Absolutely he is. But damn, dude. Geno Smith has been a fucking bum of his career. And then he has that kind of Pro Bowl caliber season. And then you see Russell Wilson, going under Nathaniel Hackett and fucking stink it up. And even this year, even though he's playing a lot better under Sean Payton, it's not like he's setting the world on fire.
Last year used to just piss me off because it was the Broncos every other week on primetime games.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. It was not a good year last year for primetime games.
It was not, guys. It was not, absolutely. Oh, man.
Not this year.
Yeah. What was that, Jim?
Not even really this year either. I mean, we really need to see fucking Jets Raiders. Really?
Man.
I need that. And thanks, Raiders, because I would have won a good chunk of money had nobody just scored a fucking touchdown, you fucking cocksuckers.
Absolutely, bro.
Asshole.
They actually wound up flexing a lot of the Ravens games this year, actually, because of that.
They did? Because of
the Chargers-Ravens were not a primetime game until they flexed it. And then they wind up flexing the Niners and Ravens game this year, too. It was going to be Monday Night Football.
Well, boys, I think we've definitely reached the end of the line here. Brandon, you've been on for over 2 hours with us. I think you only missed the first 30 minutes. This is kind of what we do. We do this every other week, so I always try to attempt to keep this under 2 hours, but it doesn't work out that way. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work out that way. Brandon, tell us where they can find you, dude. Tell the audience.
You can find me on Instagram at I am Brandon Kendall. Find me on Facebook, anything. So I look forward to chatting it up with you guys.
Tell us what you're up to. I know you told us you're an entertainer. Apart from anything else, what have you been working out to? What can they look for you for? Go ahead, man.
So I am an actor. I have a movie on Amazon Prime called Double Vision. I will have a comedy coming out in January on Peacock. And again, you can find all of that information on my Instagram at I am Brandon Kendall.
I am right. Go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and follow our boy Brandon. He knows his sport and he's also talented, man. So it is what it is. Hey, Jim, everybody knows where to find you, but tell them again where they can find you, brother.
Oh, well, that's easy on the Below IQ app, Twitter, at Brandon the Van.
or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it before he goes out of business.
I'm not calling it fucking X. These fucking millennials, these fucking Gen Zs, whatever the fuck they are. You could call it X. I don't give a shit. I'm calling it fucking Twitter. I still call them tweets. I don't call them reposts, quotes, whatever the fuck. It's retweet, tweet. Fuck you. Fuck your thoughts on that. Fuck OG Rondo. He probably sit there. You know, it's X. It's X. It's fucking Twitter, asshole.
I don't know. Elon might have to change it back to Twitter, bro, because he's not doing well if everybody's pulling off their advertising money.
Call it fucking Tesla for all I give a shit.
But like he said, bro, go fuck yourselves. Gentlemen, I appreciate you all. We're going to end this on a high note. Brandon, thanks for joining, brother. And we will see you next time. This is your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast. And, of course, always with my man,
Jim from the Fan in the Van, a.k.a. Long Island Prognosticator, Long Island Nostradamus. Fuck the haters. Thanks, everyone that supports. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out, guys.